Hello, everyone. This is Calvin Butler with the RBBS Logistics Learning Center. Earn while you learn. Logistics consulting and training platform. We want to welcome everybody to our operational training. It is Saturday, 10:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's like a little bit after that, but hey, we're here. And every Saturday at 10:15 Eastern Standard Time, we do what? We have operational training. So welcome back again to the same bat channel at the same bat time. We were actually in the middle of our discussion this morning about sticking to the script and developing your relationship with your carrier. So let's go ahead and continue on with that. We have our students on board. We're going to go ahead and share our screen so everyone can see what we see. And get everyone up to speed here. And now we are sharing the screen, and everyone should be able to see exactly what we see. All right. As we were discussing, the first thing that you all should be doing when you start this platform, when you start booking freight from home, the first thing is not going out and trying to find shippers. Okay, and I keep repeating that because it is very important that you all understand something. That is the old 1970s, 1980s way of booking freight. That was before technology became so widespread and before everyone got a little computer in their hand. As everyone can see, you know, we all have these little things that we have now. They're called smartphones. Hell, I've got two of them. As you all can see here, I've got two of them, plus a whole array of tablets or whatever this is and that. And when I was driving trucks, I had two smartphones up on my dash and my tablet up on my dash. I even had them plugged into my 40-inch widescreen TV set sitting in the back of my truck, in my cab. Because when I was parked, what was I doing? I was online finding my own loads. And I promise you, about 40% of all carriers out there, right, about 40% of all owner-operators have exactly that type of technology, or they're that type of tech-minded when it comes to them running their truck. Because about 40% of the drivers out there now, they are new school drivers. They are new school owner-operators. These are young guys and girls and young ladies who are fresh out of college, who are either out of high school, but they understand tech. They understand the computers. They understand the role that technology plays in them being successful. So guess what? That old school way of operating is not going to work for them. You cannot just call them up or send them a whole bunch of loads that you've gotten from shippers that they may not even want. Because guess what? They can jump right on their own stuff and find better loads. So you've got to find a better way of reaching these people. You've got to find a better way of connecting with these people. Because that old school way, it does not work. It may work on 10% of the carriers out there now. Even the old school drivers, they understand this now. They understand load boards. They understand how to get on this thing and find their own loads. So what does that mean for you all as dispatchers? That means this stuff that these other freight broker training programs are teaching you or charging you $1,200 to $5,000 for, it ain't worth the hill of beans. Okay? Because and I'm just being real with you, it's not worth the hill of beans because it's outdated. It is archaic. It's no longer relevant. So you've got to step up to what's going on now and how to make this stuff relevant to a lot of the new school drivers and the new technology that they have access to. You got to find a way to compete with them. So when you call them up or you send them stuff, you're not just sending them stuff that they can find on their own. You want to give them the convenience of finding what they want. And that is why our script is written the way it is written. How much money do you need to move your truck? That's our script. And that script is specifically written that way to bring everyone into what? The new age of technology. Find something that you can be useful to these people that already have this type of technology in their hand. Because if you're just spitting the same old that they already have, it don't mean nothing. Okay? It don't mean nothing because they already got that type of stuff. So you got to find a way to appeal to them that no one else has done. And that starts with your script. How much money do you need to move your truck? Because all you're basically doing is you're asking them, okay, tell me what it is you want. I'm not trying to push stuff off on you that I already have that you may not want. You may or may not want it. I'm not going to give you a whole bunch of stuff that, for you to look through and see if you want it. Just tell me what you want. Just tell me what you want and let me save you the time and go out and find it for you. And I will do this every single day and present to you the stuff that you want, the stuff that you are looking for, the stuff that you need. I will bring it to you every single day and I will put it right in front of you. And all you got to do is pick one of them. Correct me if I'm wrong. Does that not make more sense than just going out, finding you a whole bunch of shippers and getting you a whole bunch of loads, and you just throwing these loads at carriers and say, I hope that they choose one of them? I mean, use common sense. This is a better way. This is a better way. Trust me, I know. And if you work it and if you use the script the way it's supposed to be used, you will see that it is so much easier. It is, I mean, it is so easy when you finally realize it's like a light bulb going off in your head. You're like, oh my God, all this money out there that I was missing because what? I was stuck in my old archaic ways, or I was listening to people that were doing stuff the old way. If I just tried something new, what's the definition of insanity? The entrepreneur's definition of insanity is what? Doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result. Okay? So let's try something different. Use the script. Use the script. All right. A lot of you are asking, what is the script? Okay? If you have access to the back office, and only those of you who are enrolled in our program and have gone through our training will know what the script is. Good morning, Charles Monday. Nice to have you with us. Mr. Mundy, are you with us? I just saw you logged on. I know you're a busy man these days.
Charles Mundy.
Hey, Charles. Good morning.
Hey.
Nice to have you with us. I know you're a busy man. We're so blessed to have you, among us.
Oh my goodness!
In case y'all didn't know it, Charles is was one of my students. Charles, you started this platform about what? Roughly 100 days ago?
Yeah.
Roughly 100 days ago, Charles started this platform. Okay? Charles was one of my students. Charles has, in case y'all didn't know, Charles has graduated out of the platform. He graduated out of the platform about day 81, 82, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Okay. Charles took a leave of absence from his driving job to try this platform out for 90 days. And he said that if he didn't get it within 90 days, he wasn't going to get it. Okay? We just got to talking about you, Charles. I'm going to let you know up front. I talk about you all the time. I ain't going to talk about you behind your back, but I'm going to tell you if I talk about you. But anyway, Charles came in and, and for the first 30 days, Charles, while he was going at it, he was sending out his script by email. He was doing it his way. We just got to talking about working the script and how the script does work. For those who think that the script does not work, we were just talking about that script. Okay. Charles was sending that script out, religiously to everybody he can think of for the first 30 days. But he was just sending it out. He wasn't calling the people. He wasn't doing what we were telling him to do or trying to get him to do. He wasn't following our 100% advice. He was, as Mr. Gore just said, he was somewhat working the system. He was somewhat using the script. He wasn't using the script to its full effectiveness. So for the first 30 days, Charles sent the thing out to everybody. What you sent out to about what? Over 100, a couple hundred carriers.
Yeah.
and got 0 sign-ups.
Yeah.
So Charles was like, like some of you are, man. I don't know, man. This thing ain't working for me. This just ain't working for me. Okay, I said okay. So Charles called me up. He said, Calvin, I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to go back to my job because this ain't working for me, man. I sent this thing out to a couple of hundred carriers, and they ain't got not one signed dispatch agreement. I say that can't be. You talk to a couple of hundred carriers, and you ain't got not one of them signed up. He said, well, no. I said, well, what are you saying to him, Charles? Oh, I'm not saying anything. I'm just sending him an email. I said, wait. He goes, no. It's a good email, and he sent me a copy of it. Matter of fact, the copy that we have in the back office is his email that he was sending out. And he's right. It is a great-looking email. Matter of fact, let's pull it up for you. I'm going to show y'all what his email looked like. It is a great-looking email, and it was essentially verbatim everything that I was telling him to say when he called up and pitches his script. Now we're going to show you what his email looks like. This is what his email is. This is the script that Charles was sending out, and this is his email. Okay? This is the exact email. We put it in the back office for you all to email out if you so choose to do so. But I'm telling you right now, just sending it out on the email does not work by itself. Okay? But this is what Charles was sending out. And it looks great. Big, bold writing at the top. How much money do you need in order to move your truck? Greetings, my name is Charles M., independent dispatcher with the National Dispatchers Network. We have over 200 plus dispatchers all over the country to service our needs. He's explaining who we are, giving them every reason in the world to trust us and to know that we know what we're doing. All of that looks great. And he goes on to say, our network is built by owner-operators for owner-operators, so I understand that every carrier is unique in their load, price, and need. As a dispatcher, I would cater my load search to your price and requirements. Now, all that makes sense in my head when I'm reading it. In other words, he got that in bold red letters. In other words, so we got people to focus on that. I mean, this is a perfect sales pitch email. But emails don't sell people. They don't. No matter how perfectly it's written, no matter how great it looks, no matter how much sense it makes, it does not sell people. Okay? Now, this is a perfect script, but this script only works when you learn it. And you learn it to the point to where you can pretty much just shut this down and not even look at your script. And when you learn this to the point of where you can call through over and say, hey, Mr. Carey, how you doing? My name is Calvin Butler, and I'm with the National Network of Dispatchers. Let me ask you a question. How much money do you need to move your truck? And that carrier responds back to you, well, what the hell are you talking about, how much money I need to move? Well, so like I said, I'm with the National Network of Dispatchers, and we understand not every carrier can move the load for the same amount of money because you have expenses that's only for you. Your expenses may not be what the guy next to you expenses are. You got stuff going on at home that no one else may have going on at home. You got your wife, your kids, you may have a girl on the side. You got all this kind of stuff you got to pay for. And notice I'm having fun with it. I'm not saying read it like a robot. I'm not saying learn it like a robot. Have fun with it. Throw some stuff in there, but stick to the script. You understand what I'm saying? Let these people know that you are a real person. They can't get that from an email. They have to understand that you are a real person just like them. You joke around. You BS with them. No, you understand that life is life, and not everybody fits into the same mold. So you go back to the script and say, look, the reason why I'm saying this is why. If you tell me you need $2.25 to make your truck profitable, guess what? As a dispatcher, I'm only going to look for loads that's paying more than $2.25. Now, I know some of y'all got these carrier groups that you work for. They want to take some of your money. So if you owe your carrier group 20%, if they're taking 20%, guess what? If you tell me you need that $2.25, I'm going to add another 20 cents on that. I'm going to make that $2.45. That way you still get your $2.25. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, yeah, I understand. Now, also, I understand that you may want to toss in your few into that, because we know that it costs money to move your truck, right? So if the fuel surcharge is 3.25%, guess what? I'm gonna toss another 4 or 5 cents on that. Instead of making it $2.45, it's now $2.50. And if you want to throw in my fee on top of that, which is 10%, I'm gonna add another 15 to 20 cents on that, and I'm gonna make that $2.60, $2.75. So now, when I go out and look for loads, I'm only looking for loads that's paying more than $2.75 per mile, which covers everything that you need, and you still get the kind of money you need to operate your truck and be profitable. And on top of that, if you tell me you don't want loads that's going up in the mountains, because look, I drove a truck before, and I know them mountains are hell, man. And I know you got some drivers that just don't want to go up in there, and I don't blame you. I didn't like the mountains. So if you don't like the mountains, guess what? I'm only going to look for loads that's on the bottom half of the United States. I'm not going to run you up in the mountains, because that's not where you want to go. And if you tell me you need loads that's running more than 500 miles, or if you're grabbing loads, or if your loads, if it's at least $3 per mile, you'll take loads that's anywhere from 100 miles to 300 miles. And if it's over that many miles, you'll take as less as $2.75 per mile or $2.50 per mile. Guess what? That's all I'm going to look for. So when you see my number on your caller ID, you know I got the kind of loads you want, going to the places you want to go, paying the kind of money you want to get paid. How does that sound to you? Or how does that work for you? Or let's go ahead and do business together. Make the close, make the close, make the close. But those carriers have to hear you say that. They have to hear you explain that. They have to know that you know what you're talking about, and they have to trust what? That you are going to keep them running. And you cannot convince them of that any other way other than to speak to them and show them that you understand and you know what you're talking about. And that starts with what? Knowing the script. You can't shortcut this business. I'm going to tell you all this again. You cannot shortcut this business. If you think you're going to go out there and make $1,000 a week, $2,000 a week, or $3,000 or even $1,000 a day by shortcutting this business, go do something else. I'm going to tell you right now, leave this platform. Go do something else, because this is not a shortcut business. This is not multi-level marketing. This is not get rich quick. This is not the PayPal, send money in, get paid money. This is not that. This is a real, tried and true and tested industry, and people are making money hand over fist, but they're doing it by doing it the right way. And if you try to shortcut this, it's going to shortcut you. Now, if I sound like I'm very serious, I am, because this is serious money. And you all are missing out on it, because a lot of you are trying to shortcut this business. And you can't do that. Now, we provide you with everything you need, all your tools, all your resources, your access to load boards, your access to the federal government SIC code site. We provide you with your toll-free extensions, e-fax lines. All the stuff you need, we provide you with access to a back office site that has scripts in it for you. It has everything laid out for you on your workflow that told you how to get this thing from point A to being closed on and getting paid on it. It's all there for you. Charles even came up with an ebook series that he offers to you at a ridiculously low price, in case you don't understand the terms. They're there in the ebook. All this stuff is provided to you because we are a training platform. You do not work for us. Let me explain this again. None of you works for the RBBS Logistics Learning Center. None of you work for RBBS Transport LLC. You do not work for us. We are your consultants. We provide for you tools, resources, and access for you to do this yourself. We provide for you a networking group for you all to go on there and access each other and ask each other questions so you can help each other make money. We even pay you to help each other make money. If you help someone else find a load, what do we pay, Charles?
2.5%.
Exactly. Ain't nobody else out there doing that. Nowhere. You can look high, you can look low, you can go around the block. I don't care where you look, you ain't going to find it nowhere else. So all I'm telling you all is don't shortcut this, because if you shortcut this, all you're doing is shortcutting yourself. Okay? It's not on us to make you money. That's not why we're here. You're here to make money for yourself. It's on us to provide you everything you need to make money. And no one does that better than we do. You all have access to everything you need to make money, but you're not using it. 90% of you are not using it properly. You're trying to shortcut the system. And I'm telling you right now, stop that. It's not going to work. If you shortcut the system will shortcut you. Charles, last week you put on the load board some type of motivational stuff. How many loads you booked in one day? When it was? I think that was Monday or Tuesday, right?
Yeah, I did like seven in one day.
7 loads in one day. What was the amount on those loads, Charles?
The average between 150 and 225.
Okay, so some of those loads were what? $2,200 loads. I think I read with one of them was a $3,500 load.
That is correct.
And the other one, yeah, one that was higher than that, right?
Yeah, one was a 4350 or something like that.
Okay, so in that one day with those loads, that's what type of payout?
Oh my God, I can do the math real quick. You figure, let's take the average 200, so about $1,400-1,500
in one day.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm gonna have to tell y'all what Charles I think about the script. He knows that script worked. Miss Johnny Shabazz, she knows that script worked. Miss Williams, she knows that script worked. Even Mr. Gore, who just started on Monday, knows that script works somewhat, and he don't even know the script that well yet. Listen to me, people. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. All I'm telling you is this. Before you start bashing something that works, make sure you have the experience and make sure you have the background, make sure you have the numbers to back up that you know something better. Because if you're not doing what, like Charles just said, he just booked 7 loads in one day, and I'm here to tell y'all, that's not impossible. That is actually very achievable. Because I'm telling you right here, as I live and breathe, I was booking 10 to 15 loads a day at will before I started all this other stuff. And I still right now book about 8 to 10 loads per week, which averages me about what? My personal revenue from them 8 to 10, and this is what I mean to tell y'all, it doesn't take much to make money in this business. You don't have to be a superstar like Charles is. You don't have to go out there and book 7, 8 loads a day. You can book 8 loads a week and still earn yourself almost $15,000 a month. And y'all don't believe that, do you? You don't believe it? Now I'm going to show you exactly how that's possible. You saying that y'all don't believe that? This past month I had a very, very off month in booking freight because a lot of things happened. I got married. You know, I'm working on we're working on a new load board. You know, just all kind of stuff that kind of took my attention away from me actually booking freight. So I probably had the lowest number of loads booked that I've had in the last 3 years. Okay? And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. It doesn't take much to make good money in this industry. We're going to go to our Facebook page, which is the RBBS Logistics Learning Center. For those of you who don't know, go to it, reach out to us, and you can join our Facebook page. We post a lot of good stuff on that Facebook page. But I'm going to show you what I'm talking about as far as earning money in this industry, and it does not take a whole lot. Let me move some stuff around here. I think I left my mouse in Miami. Every time I go on a trip somewhere, I wind up leaving stuff, and I left my mouse in Miami, so I'm having to do this the old-fashioned way on my laptop. I got to get me another mouse, by the way, so forgive me if this is taking a little bit longer. If I can find it there. All right, here we go. every month I post how I did that month from my stat reports. Now, these are for my personal loads. This is not my company's loads. These are just me personally, what I did personally. All right? In March, as you all can see here, in March, this is my report from March. I booked 36 loads in March. That is about 8 loads per day. Okay? I mean, 8 loads per week. I'm sorry. Let me repeat that. That is about 8 loads per week. It says here, can you earn a living booking freight from home? Okay, March 2018, I booked 36 personal loads booked. Average dispatch revenue was $277.04 per load. Okay, my average revenue from March load bookings was $9,973.36. People, that's only about 8 loads per week. That's about 8 loads per week. And those were not like great outstanding loads. Those loads were paying on average. Those load fees were average what? Between $2,000 and $3,000. Some were lower, some were higher. But that's not like I was cherry picking loads and averaging $4,000-$5,000 load fees paid out to the carriers. Those are very average loads. Those are the same type of loads you all see every day. We go to the chat group. We have loads like that in the chat group all day long, right, Charles?
Yeah.
So that's not cherry picking loads. That's not booking a whole bunch of loads. That's just average loads. And only 36 loads booked for the entire month. That still made me $9,000. Almost 10 grand, $9,900. Now, if you're in the platform, okay, and you book that many loads, you're still making yourself about what? 10, almost 5 grand for the month. And if you in this platform right now who are learning this as a student, you mean to tell me 5 grand a month is not good money? Because if you're making more than 5 grand a month, my question is, what the hell are you doing in my platform? That's my question for you. Because if you're making more than 5 grand per month right now, what the hell are you doing in my platform? And that was kind of an off month. Now let's see what we did that next month. Now I'm going to show you. It doesn't take a whole lot. That next month, we did better. Okay? My personal load bookings, I booked 51 loads. Okay, that was in this past April. Booked 51 loads. Again, my average was about the same. Okay? $283.05 per load. Up a little bit, but still less than $3,000 load fees. Nothing crazy, nothing extravagant, just run-of-the-mill loads. And that brought me almost 14 grand. $13,852.84 for the month. That was about 10 loads per month. 10 loads per week. I'm not killing myself. I'm not talking 10 loads per day. We're talking 10 loads per week. Charles booked, 7 or 8 in one day? Come on, people. Look. And all of this is by what? Still using the script. And it's something else is biological too that I'm getting ready to show you all here. Here it is. Just month before last, in May, we had another so month, okay? I booked 37 loads. 37 loads. Average only $257.65 per load. Still within that $2,000 to $3,000 load fee range. And still brought in what? $9,500 per, that month. I haven't put up this month, and this last month was the lowest I've ever done. I think my personal revenue from this month, because I've taken on a whole lot of other stuff. I've been doing a lot more of the stuff. But this month, my personal revenue, I think I only booked like 20 some odd loads. I only booked like 20 some odd loads, and still made just under 8 grand for the month. So even at my worst month, and that's the worst I've done in almost 3 years, because I've just taken on so much. That's only about 4 loads a week, 5 loads, 4 or 5 loads a week. Come on, man. So what I'm trying to show you all is you don't have to work yourself to death or do something outstanding or do something extraordinary to make good money in this industry. You don't. It doesn't take that. It just takes being consistent. It takes developing some type of consistent relationship between you and your carrier. And that starts with what? First of all, going out and getting carriers. Don't worry about finding shippers. Forget finding shippers. I'm telling you all right now, I don't want nobody looking for shippers for the next 3 weeks. Okay? Because you're getting yourself off track. Forget looking for shippers. That is the old way of doing things. The old way of doing things is finding shippers, and then you shotgunning all those loads out there, and you hoping and praying that somebody grabs one of your loads. I'm telling you, that does not work in today's technology. Why? Because these people have this at their disposal on hand. They can find their own loads. They can go out there and look for their own loads if that's what you're doing. I'm telling you right now, that dog ain't going to hunt. Okay? Get yourself a dog that's going to hunt down them coons and tree them so you can just go pick them off. Now, if y'all ain't noticed, I'm old school. I'm old country boy, so I use a lot of old country boy analogies. Okay? Don't mind me. You know, I'm a redneck in disguise. That's what I am. I'm telling y'all that right now. I'm an undercover redneck. So get used to my terminology. Okay? But you need to use the method that we show you all, because the method that we're showing you all is the one that combats all this technology that they already have. And that method is, do not go out and look for shippers. I'm telling you all right now, I don't want nobody looking for shippers for the next 3 weeks. What I want you to concentrate on for the next 3 weeks is calling up and pitching the carriers how much money do you need to move your truck. Your concentration should be, first of all, getting carriers. Because once you get carriers and you get your first carrier, next thing to do is what? Find that carrier a load that matches his profile. It ain't that hard. You just ask the carrier, Mr. Carrier, what you want? I mean, come on, seriously. What you want? Tell me what you want, and I'm the man. I'm the woman to go out there and find it for you. Tell me what you want, and I'll go find it for you. That's all. This business is, Charles, is there any more to it than that?
No, not really. Getting the carriers is the start.
That is all there is to it. You find your carrier. You pitch your carrier. You sign your carrier up to a dispatch agreement, and then you ask the carrier, Mr. Carrier, what do you want? And then you go find what he wants. It's just that simple. I can't make it any more simpler than that. It's so simple till it's crazy how simple it is. If you stop doing all this other stuff that don't mean a hill of beans. Because if you keep it that simple, the other stuff will come along with you doing that. But you got to do this first in order to attract that. Don't go out there looking for that, because it ain't going to get this done. I hope that makes sense to y'all, because when I play it back in my head, it sounds kind of like stupid is and stupid does. But that's what it is. But that's what it is. Stupid is and stupid does. Okay? So let's just keep it stupid simple. And I promise you, if you just keep it just that simple and you focus on just that, you will start making money hand over fist. I call Charles up sometimes now, I can't even have a good meeting with him because he's always on the phone.
Yeah,
he is so busy. He is so busy till it's crazy. We'll be having, because we have formed another company, Charles, myself, and Mr. Glickstein, we have formed a company where we're developing a load board. And we have our company meetings, and Charles is always in and out of meetings. He's more busier than I am. Yeah. Because he's booking freight. He's always on the phone with some carrier, booking freight, or some broker, getting a confirmation or something. He is always on the phone. Sometimes he's on the phone, he's on the computer, and he's on another phone. He has 3 lines going at the same time.
This is true.
And the reason why he is that way, because he started using the script. He started working the system. He stopped shortcutting the system. That's why he's so busy, because he stopped shortcutting the system. And he started using the system and working the system, and the system now works for him like nobody's business. And that's what you all have got to get into your heads. Stop listening to all these other quote-unquote freight broker trainers and all this other stuff out there that's still trying to influence you in the old way of doing things. Okay? Because the old way does not work. I'm telling y'all, it does not work. It's going to keep you in a cycle. You're not going to make any money. You're going to become disenchanted with what you're doing. And then you're going to say to yourself, oh, I just wasted a whole bunch of money. Nah, you didn't waste a whole bunch of money. You just wasted your resources. That's what you did. That's all you did. You wasted your resources. Okay?
That failure.
Yeah, I mean, that failure was on you. Not on the platform and not on the system. Okay? So if you are not working the system, if you are not using that script, if you have not learned that script, go back and learn that script. Practice that script in the mirror. Go back and watch videos number 35, 34, and 33. Because we go over that script intensively in video number 35 and 34, if I'm not mistaken. Go back and watch those videos. I don't care if you got to watch them 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 times. Watch them. Learn them. Get in front of the mirror. Pitch yourself. Get your little brother, your little sister, your son, your daughter, your husband, your side girl or guy, whoever it is. You set them down and you pitch them. Pitch them in front of the dog. I don't care who you pitching in front. If that dog is looking at you and he turning his head sideways and going, obviously you ain't saying something right. Okay? Get in front of the mirror, put it on, get your computer up, record yourself, and see how you look when you pitch that script. See what type of facial expressions you make. I know you all are saying, what does my facial expression have to do with me being on the phone? Because trust me, if you see your facial expression, watch how your voice changes. Exactly. Watch how everything changes about your pitch when you learn how you look when you make that pitch. So if you can duplicate that when you're talking to somebody on the phone, and if your facial expression is convincing you, guess what? Your voice is convincing them. This is sales. That's what it is. It is sales. And that script works. It works to a T if you learn it and you pitch it the right way. Well, I'm somewhat using the script, and guess what? You're going to somewhat make money. But if you use that script the way it's supposed to be used, you will make money. And if you use the follow-up script the way it's supposed to be used, you will make money on that too. That follow-up is key. Okay? If you want to know what the follow-up is, go back and watch video number 35, 34, and 33. Again, you can't shortcut this industry. You gotta take the steps. You gotta do the things you need to do to be successful. And if you think you can just come to the chat group and just ask questions, or if you think you can just, not watch the videos and just kind of wing it and think you're going to make money, okay, all right, keep doing that. Keep doing that. You're going to find yourself back in the job market, because that ain't going to work. I'm telling you right now, that's not going to work. Don't say I didn't tell you. This is not one of those programs. This is not one of those platforms or one of those study sessions or one of those. I'm not that freight broker trainer who's just going to tell you what you want to hear just to keep you paying money. Because guess what? We ain't making no money unless y'all booking freight. So I don't got to do that. I'm going to tell you that right now. This ain't the one. This is a whole new different type of ball game. So I don't have to feed you. I don't have to feed you a bunch of untruths or a bunch of stuff that just makes you feel good to keep you paying me money. Because ain't none of y'all paying me a dime until you start what? Making money. That's the great thing about this platform. Yeah, you all pay the $299.95 enrollment fee, but guess what? That don't even pay the monthly bills around here. I'm just being honest with you. What puts money in our pockets is when you all learn how to book freight. That's what puts money in our pockets. So unless you're making money, guess what? Me and my investors, we're not making no real money either. That's what assures you all of knowing that you're going to get the truth from me. I'm not going to feed you a bunch of bullshit. Okay? So if it sounds like I'm being harsh, if it sounds like I'm being serious, I am, because I want you all to make money, because I need you all to make money, because I'm being frank with you. If you all don't make money, we don't make money. We're in this together. We are tied to the hip, baby. Laverne and Shirley. Chanel, Shanazzle. What's that thing that Laverne and Shirley say? We are forever tied together at the hip until you decide you want to leave this platform. We like an old married couple. All right? So let's get that to your head. You ain't in this by yourself. We're in this together. That's the whole premise of our platform. That's where we have our networking part of it. So all of you all are in this together. Okay? Now, let's move on. I know y'all probably saying, but Calvin just got lit, but he on his honeymoon. His wife must be doing something to him.
Oh, yeah, congratulations, by the way.
Oh, thanks, Charles. Thanks. But I just want you all to really understand. I want you all to really, really, really understand, and I need you all to really, really, really get this. You can't shortcut this industry. You just can't do it. Okay? If you shortcut the industry, all you're doing is you're shortcutting yourself. Take the time, put in the effort to learn the stuff you're supposed to learn. Don't just think you can just jump in this and ask a few questions on the chat group and get other people to do it for you, because it don't work that way. Okay? Take the time to learn the stuff you need to learn. This is a business. You need to start, this is your business. You need to start treating it like that. Because if you treat it like that, it's gonna earn you a shitload of money. I promise you it will. I promise you it will. Charles, you thinking about going back to driving soon?
No.
Okay. So I mean, look, man. I don't know what to tell y'all, man. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. You know, follow the script, work the script. Okay, learn the script, learn the workflow. The key things that you all really, and I know we give y'all a whole bunch of stuff, and a lot of that's my fault because it's confusing when I throw a whole bunch of stuff at you all, but I want to make sure that you all have the best of everything and have access to everything you need to make money. Don't want to be one of those platforms where you come in and say, you know what, I joined this platform and they ain't give me shit. They took all my money and I didn't get nothing. I mean, nothing. There's not a one of you all that can say that. Not a one. Because even our one thing is equal to all of their everything. And I'll show you what I mean. We give you access to a SIT code site where you can search 19 million shippers. I don't think one of them does that. If you want access to shippers, you got to pay them for a shippers list. So just one of our things is better than all of their stuff put together. We pay for and we give you access to several bona fide load boards. The rest of them, they don't give you access to no load boards. You got to pay for all that stuff yourself. We give you access to 91 free load boards. They don't give you none of that stuff. They don't even provide you a link to it. They just tell you, okay, go out and find your load for yourself, and then when you find them, pay us out some of the money. We plug you into a network where you all help each other. What do they plug you into? How to pay them each month? I mean, really. We provide for you your dispatch agreement, your carrier contract, already pre-formatted. We provide you a way for us to invoice your carriers to get you paid quickly and on time. What do? Give you a handshake and a certificate. I hope you're going to make some money after you done paid them $1,200 to $5,000. You all have the access. You have everything you need. But you just need to start learning how to use it correctly. And I know we provide you with a whole bunch of stuff. Yes, we do. We have dumped the mother load onto y'all. We just dumped out the whole dump truckload of. It's like when Santa Claus comes to the orphan with all these toys, and they just have a dump truck and they back it up, beep 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 beep, and they just drop all these toys out. Okay, that's basically what we do. We dumped everything on you and say, here it is. But now you got to learn how to use the things in the order. And the order is this. Here is the order. Let's go to our watch card. Here is the order. The first thing, and the reason why, the first thing you all should be doing is, first of all, pull up this carrier dispatch service agreement. Why? Because that's what makes you legal. In case you all don't know what's going on right now, we are going over the steps of what you all need to do to learn this program, to learn our system, and to make money. So pay very close attention to this part of the video. If this isn't in the video, make sure you all go back and pay very close attention to this part. Okay? First thing you should do is pull up your carrier dispatch agreement and learn it. Read over it, learn it, so you'll know how to properly send it out and explain it to someone if they ask you about it. This is where it is. It's in your contracts and agreement section. If you are a broker, we are getting a lot of brokers who are coming to our chat group, who are coming to our platform. Okay, we have just past week, I think we had about 7 brokers to sign up. These are people who have been brokers for 6-7 months and they ain't made a dime. So they done paid someone $3,000, $4,000, and $5,000. They done paid for that $75,000 bond. They done paid for that $1.2 million in insurance. They done paid for that $750 to get their authority and all the stuff they pay. And they're paying $320 a month on their insurance plus the $3,000 down that they put down. They paid another $360 a month for their bond, plus anywhere from the $1,700 down to the $7,500 that they put down to get that. Man, that's a lot of money in it. It's expensive being a broker in it. Especially being a broker and you ain't making no money. Now, you done paid all that money, and now you ain't making no money, so that's why they joined our platform. Because they need to learn how to make money. I wish they'd have came to us before they did all that. I would have saved them a whole bunch of money. But if you are one of those people who done got suckered into doing all of that, and I say that with all wholeheartedness and all confidence, you got suckered because that's what happened. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was one of them when I first came into the industry. I got suckered too, and thought that was the way to go. Okay, but there is a better way. And you can make just as much money as a dispatcher as you can as a broker without spending all the money. And if you are going to become a broker, if you do want that, I guess just to have that prestige of being a broker, you got to learn how to crawl before you can walk, people. You don't just jump into a game and say, "Oh man, I'm gonna go from high school to being a power attorney." It don't happen that way. You got to take baby steps, man. So why jump into paying all that money to become a broker when you can start out as a dispatcher without all those worries and headaches and start off crawling and making money and work your way up to that if that's what you want to do. But if you did try to jump from birth to running track, if you tried to do that, here's what we got for you. Okay? You're going to have to use a broker carrier contract. It's already there for you. You cannot use that dispatch agreement because it is illegal for you to dispatch if you are a broker. Let me repeat that. It is illegal for you to dispatch if you are a broker. You cannot charge the carrier if you are a broker. You can only get your money from a shipper. You can only get your money from the shipper if you are a broker. Okay? So, if you are a broker, you're going to pull up that broker carrier contract. So if you are a dispatcher, like 90% of you are, you're going to be operating under the carrier dispatch service agreement. That is what makes you legal as a dispatcher. Dispatchers are considered illegal if you are just going out and you are just reposting loads and you are just shotgunning loads out there like you are a broker, and you are having carriers come and pick those loads up, and then you are running those loads and getting paid on them without having an agreement in place. Why? Because the Federal Motor Carrier Association says that what makes dispatchers legal is the exception to that rule that they have, and that exception is a bona fide agent. A bona fide agent is described by the Federal Motor Carrier Association as an individual or a company that has a pre-existing agreement with a carrier for a continued relationship to find them freight. That's called a dispatch agreement. That's why the first thing you all see is that dispatch agreement. Okay? So, first of all, make yourself legal by learning and downloading that dispatch agreement. Second of all, the next thing you all have to do is start contacting carriers. Now, we showed you all several ways of contacting carriers. One way is going to the load boards. On every load, on some of the load boards that we have, and you can go to the chat group and ask which load boards are the best ones for finding carriers. One of the best ones that's going to be coming out soon is going to be what, Charles? It's going to be what? The dispatch load board, right? That is going to be the best load board for finding carriers and loads. So that is going to be our load board, which we are developing right now, and I'm going to be showing y'all a preview of that. But as of right now, some of the best ones that we have right now is Truckers Path. That's a good load board to find carriers. If you go to Truckers Path, as you can see here, let me get this out of the way. Get this out of the way. Go over here. Go to Truckers Path. Sign in. Oh, boy, boy. There we go. Go to Truckers Path. You go to here and you sign in. You go over here and you go where it says Truck Search. Click on Truck Search, and you can find loads. You can find trucks by the state or by all states, or you can find them by what type of carrier you want to look for. You can look for them by any equipment, or you can go here and click on. You want to click on, let's say, reefer or dry vans. Click on dry vans. Click search, and then pull them up by dry vans. If you want to click reefers, pull them up by reefers. You want to book flatbeds, pull them up by flatbeds. If you want to book Hotshot, pull them up by Hotshot. If you want to pull them up by that satisfactory rating, you can put a satisfactory, conditional. You don't want to pull up unsatisfactory. Don't use unsatisfactory carriers. I'll tell you right now, they're going to bite you in the butt. Don't use them, all right? But anyway, you pull them up, and then it's got their phone numbers out here. It tells you all about the carrier. You can click on it. It's going to tell you all about the carrier and everything, who they are. It's going to give you a kind of a little thing to let you know if they have insurance. If all this is green, guess what? They are a good carrier. If it's yellow, they got some suspects there, which means their safety rating. This one is yellow, which means he's had a safety issue. But on his authority is good, his operations are good, his insurance is good, and all his other stuff is good. That's all green lighted. You have a yellow here on the safety, okay, which means he's had some type of safety issue. Maybe he's had 1 or 2 accidents or something like that, but it's not in the red. If it's in the red, he's a no-go, okay? But there he is. Call him up. You can call him up. His name is John Charles. Hey, Mr. Charles, how you doing? How you doing, Mr. Charles? My name is such and such. I'm with the National Network of Dispatchers. And let me ask you a question, Mr. Charles. How much money do you need to move your truck? Notice how we go right back to that script? All right? This is how you start off. Start off by finding your carriers, pitching your carriers. When Mr. Charles says, you know what, that all sounds good. How I get started with y'all? Well, great, Mr. Charles. I'm going to go ahead and send you over my dispatch agreement and a profile sheet. That profile sheet, you just tell me how you want to run, how much money you need, what areas you don't want to go into, and how much weight or how many miles you like to run. And as soon as I get that back from you, I will go ahead and I will look up the 5 highest paying loads that are leaving out of where you are right now. Now, you tell Mr. Charles you're going to find him the 5 highest paying loads leaving out of where he is right now. What is Mr. Charles going to be doing? He's going to wait for you to send him them 5 highest paying loads. So chances are, if you tell him that, Mr. Charles is going to try to get that dispatch agreement back over to you as soon as possible. This stuff ain't that hard. It's a little bit common sense, working step by step by step by step. Go back and watch this video if you want to know the steps, because that's what we're doing to you now. We're telling y'all what the steps are. So You got Mr. Charles to agree to get your dispatch agreement. You're going to ask Mr. Charles for his email. You're going to send Mr. Charles his email. You're going to get Mr. Charles a cell phone number too, right? You're going to send Mr. Charles the email with your dispatch agreement in it and the profile sheet in it. Okay? Mr. Charles is going to get it. If Mr. Charles does not send that back to you in the next day or so, in other words, give him one day in between. If it's a Monday, on Wednesday, if you ain't got it, you're going to do what? You're going to call Mr. Charles back. Mr. Charles, hey, how you doing? This is Calvin. Calvin, yeah, Charles, you don't remember me? Well, oh, yeah, you the dispatch guy. Yeah, Mr. Charles, ask a question. Why you ain't sent me that dispatch agreement? Well, you know, I got business, but Charles going to give you every excuse in the world. You know, my mama told me not to do it. My dog ate the dispatch agreement. He going to give you every excuse in the world. Okay? And you're going to say to Mr. Charles, let me ask you a question. Do you want to make money? Well, yeah, okay. Well, Mr. Charles, look, man, I tell you what, where you at right now? And I'm telling you, this is how that follow-up call needs to go. You have to create some type of urgency. You're going to say to Mr. Charles, where you at right now, Mr. Charles? Well, I'm down here in Tupelo, Mississippi. Just hold on for a second. Let me see what the highest paying freight leaving out of Tupelo, Mississippi is right now. Just give me a second. You get off the phone with Mr. Charles. You go and you look for the highest paying loads you can find leaving out of Tupelo, Mississippi. Try to find him at least 3. Okay? You call back Mr. Charles. You pick the highest paying rate possible. You call Mr. Charles back. Mr. Charles, all right. You say you're in Tupelo, Mississippi. All right. Mr. Charles, do you know that right now I'm looking at several loads leaving out of Tupelo, Mississippi, or from around that area, there and about. I got one load here that's paying almost $4.75 per mile. I got another load here that's paying $3.27 per mile. And here I'm looking at another load that's paying damn near $5 a mile. Now, Mr. Charles is going to say to you, well, what about that load that's paying $5 a mile? Mr. Charles, I can't tell you the information on that load because I don't have a dispatch agreement. I'm not even supposed to be telling you that. So get me the dispatch agreement so we can make some money, okay? See, that's how you create urgency. That's how that follow-up call has to be. And I guarantee you, if you conduct that follow-up call in that manner, you're going to get 70 to 80% of the people who did not send you a dispatch agreement back from that first call, they're going to send you them dispatch agreements like a flood. But you got to work the system. This is the system. The system is not just reading over the stuff we send you all. The system is working this system the way that I'm telling you all how to work it. Conduct your follow-up calls where I'm telling you how to conduct your follow-up calls. Create the urgency like I'm telling you how to create the urgency. I'm telling you all, this stuff works, man.
Yep.
This stuff does work. But you got to know how to work it. You can't shortcut it. You cannot shortcut it. Charles will tell you, shortcutting don't work.
It does not.
Okay? So quit trying to shortcut the system and just work the doggone system. I'm telling you all, this thing works. And if I sound like I'm frustrated, I am, because I see you all just running in place. I'm like, why are you all just stubborn? Y'all are some of the stubbornest people I ever seen in my life. I'm not trying to be down on you, but I'm telling you, y'all are stubborn. You're just running in place, and you're running in place because you're keeping yourself there running in place. Stop shortcutting the system, jump on that doggone bicycle, and just start rolling downhill, man. You're already at the top of the hill. You're on the bike. All you got to do is just what? Get off that, your kickstand, let that bike wheel hit the ground, and just roll on out. Okay?
Yeah, I just put you on mute for a minute and just got off the phone with a guy. I just got agreement back just now.
Told you, Charles is busy. Why? Because he's working the system. I mean, he don't get no better than that. I mean,
I'm sorry. I had to mute you while he was calling and talking to me. I had to run the picture on him and then sent the agreement. He just sent it in about 20 minutes and signed it and sent it back.
Now look, there you go. He just made the pitch. For those of you who think the pitch don't work, okay, keep thinking that. You're gonna keep not making money. All right, so your next step, after you get Mr. Charles to send you back that dispatch agreement, your next step now is to what? It's very simple. Find what Mr. Charles wants. It ain't that hard. That's your next step. Find what Mr. Charles wants. Now, mind you, not once have we talked about going and getting shippers or anything like that, right? Because you don't need shippers. You don't need those loads when you're starting out. What you need is carriers sign up to a dispatch agreement, because that dispatch agreement is what makes you legal. Because if you don't have that dispatch agreement in place, you are operating illegally. This is what all these legal social media, legal DOT experts are saying on social media. Well, dispatches are illegal. Well, they're partly right, and they're mostly wrong. They are illegal if you are operating without a pre-existing agreement with the carrier for a continued relationship. But if you have that pre-existing agreement with the carrier for a continued relationship, you are perfectly legal. And you don't need a DOT number, you don't need an MC number, you don't need an authority, you don't need insurance, and you don't need a bond. Why? Because you are a bona fide agent of the carrier, and you are paid by the carrier only. Okay? So for all you DOT experts out there who are listening to my voice right now, I'm giving you the finger, okay? Because you don't need none of that bull crap. And for everybody that says you do, you can tell them to come talk to me. Okay? In case y'all haven't noticed by now, I don't mind pissing people off. I don't mind it. Okay? I don't mind pissing people off. Especially when I know I'm right. You understand what I'm telling you? When you know you are right, you ain't got no worries whatsoever. One thing about it, I'm not going to feed you all a bunch of bull crap, because guess what? I don't make any money unless you all make money. So everything I'm telling you is how to make money legally. That's one thing you are assured of getting from me is the truth. Okay? So that's step 2. Step 3 is, now that you got Mr. Charles all excited, Mr. Charles, well, hold on, let me get this back in so you can give me information on that $5 load. All right? Now you got Mr. Charles all excited. You go back now and you call those brokers that you find those loads leaving out to below Mississippi. You call that brokers up there. Hey, Mr. Broker, how you doing? My name is Calvin Butler with the National Network Dispatcher. I've got a carrier who I'm dispatching for, and he is interested in this load, and the load number says such. The broker's going to say you one or two things. The broker's going to say, okay, what's your carrier DOT number? You're going to give him that carrier DOT number. He's going to run it. The broker's going to say right then and there, okay, that carrier is good to go. I'm going to send you out the confirmation rate sheet. Or that broker's going to say, this carrier is not signed on with us yet. I need to send you a carrier packet. Okay? Whichever one he does, you have them to send that information to you. Do not give them the carrier's email address. Give them your email address, because you are now going to establish yourself as the go-between. So now that broker now sends you either the carrier packet or he sends you the confirmation worksheet. Let's go on the pretense that they're having to send you a carrier packet because that carrier is not signed up with them. So they send you a carrier packet. You get that carrier packet. Once you get it, you keep a copy of it in your email, and you forward it on to the carrier. Have the carrier to fill that carrier packet out. When the carrier fills that carrier packet out, make sure you have that carrier send that carrier packet back to you. Or if they choose to send it, or if it's one of those ones that they have where they just click on a link and they go fill it out, right? When they send it, make sure they CC a copy of it to you. The reason why is because now you have a completed carrier packet for that carrier. So the next time you find them a load with a broker who does not have them signed up, all you have to do is do what? Is send them a copy of that carrier packet or fill it out yourself, because you already have a copy of it. Saves you time. Makes everything work easier and smoother. You create a nice, easy workflow for yourself. Okay? Now, once that carrier fills that packet out, he sends it back to you, and you send it back over to the broker. Broker now has the carrier packet. The broker now sends you what? The confirmation worksheet, that confirmation, that rate confirmation sheet, below the rate confirmation sheet. Please make sure you read everything in that rate confirmation sheet. Read everything. Because some brokers will try to shit you. I'm not going to lie to you, man. They will try to shit you. So make sure you read that confirmation sheet. When you read that confirmation sheet and everything is the way it's supposed to be, the numbers are right, the miles are right, the number of pickups and drop-offs are right, everything's okay, all right, great. Then you forward that over to what? The carrier, for the carrier to sign. Carrier signs it, he sends it back to you, you send it back over to the broker. In the meantime, all this is coming through you, so you got copies of all this stuff. You are keeping copies of all this stuff, okay? You are holding on to those copies. You send it over to the carrier. Now you send it over to the broker. Now that carrier is now dispatched, which means that carrier knows that he needs to go pick that load up tomorrow morning. He shows up, he picks that load up. What I do and what Charles does, we have the carrier to call us when they get to the pickup spot. When they are leaving, I have the carrier to call me again. When they arrive, guess what? I have the carrier to call me again. Okay? Now, the carrier picks up that load, he runs that load, he drops that load. When he drops that load, the carrier is going to send you what's called a BOL. That's a bill of landing. That is your receipt that shows that the load was picked up and delivered in a timely fashion and it was delivered safely and complete. Carrier's going to send that to you along with his invoice. Now, the carrier's invoice is him telling the broker the load has been dropped, I'm ready for my money. Okay? If the carrier does not have an invoice, you can make one up yourself. There's some people within our group who have their own invoices. If you want a copy of it, go to the chat group and ask anybody, does anybody have an invoice, a carrier invoice that you can share with me? They'll be happy to share it with you. That's what the network is for. That's what the chat group is for. Okay? All right. So now the carrier has dropped the load, carrier has sent you the BOL, the carrier has sent you the invoice. You now forward all that over to the broker. All right? You send it over to the broker. When the broker gets it, the broker is going to send that up to his what? Factoring company. And he's going to have it on there, pay the carrier, right, his money, pay me my money, and the factoring company is going to issue a check to the carrier and to the broker. All right. 2 days later, after you send that BOL and that request over to the broker, you're going to follow up with that broker. You're going to call that broker back. Hey, Mr. Broker, how you doing? This is Calvin Butler. I'm the dispatcher for ABC Trucking. I'm calling to get the pay status on load number such and such and such. The broker said, hold on for a second. Oh, yeah, our factory company paid him yesterday. Or, oh, yeah, our factory company is paying him today. Or, oh, yeah, our factory company is going to pay him on Friday. Whichever those three he says, you are then going to do what? You're going to gather up all that paperwork you've been saving. You're going to gather up the dispatch agreement, the signed dispatch agreement. You're going to get that rate confirmation sheet. You're going to get the BOL. You're going to send all that over to dispatch at RBBStransport.com for process. So we can process your what? Payday invoice. When you send that email, in the subject of that email, all you got to put is my payday. If you put my payday, our interns know that it's time for you to get paid. That's all you got to put. My payday or my payday invoice. It ain't got to be nothing fancy. My payday will suffice. That, trust me, they'll know what that means. So when you send that over with those attachments, in the body of that, make sure you put your name, phone number, email address, and your extension. Okay? Also put the carrier's name, cell phone number, email address, and DOT number. Put the load information, where the load picked up, where it dropped off, how much money it was, and how many miles it went. Also put down there the broker's information, their name, phone number, email address. And put down there if anyone helped you find that load. If you got that load from Charles Monday, put load was given to me by Charles Monday. If you get that load from Ms. Yada Shabazz, put load was given to me by Yada Shabazz. If you got that load all on your own, just put this is my load. Okay? And one very important other thing you need to put down there, your Square Cash ID number, which starts with a $ and whatever your Square Cash ID is. If you don't have that, go to your phone's app store, and it's free. Look for Cash App, the Square Cash App. Download it. It is free. When you download it, you attach your bank account to it, or you order the Square Cash debit card, which is free, the Visa debit card. Because guess what? That is the only, let me repeat that is the only way you are going to get paid. Because when we get that information, when we get that My Payday invoice from you, our interns would then start to process your Square Cash, your invoice to your carrier. And this is what that looks like. Let me pull that up here for you all. There we go. Pull up what that looks like for you all. Hold on. Pulling it up. Here we go. Invoices. Invoices. Here is one that was just paid on. Who we got that just paid the invoice? Here we go. There's one that was just paid on. This is for Mrs. Who did this invoice? I think she's a new student too. As a matter of fact, this is for, who is this one for? Invoice for, let me get this stuff out of the way. I'm telling you, I miss my mouse very much. Okay, this one is for Mrs. Nakisha Sweeney. By the way, Nakisha Sweeney is new. Okay, she's new. I think she's only been with us maybe a week or two. You know, I'm Miss Sweeney. Are you on here today? She might not be on here, but she is new. I know she's not. She hasn't been here more than 2 weeks. Okay, but she is new. Okay. Let's see if Miss Sweeney is on here. Okay. Well, y'all got a conversation going on there, Charles. I see. But Miss Sweeney, she is new, and this is the invoice that she sent us, and we've already paid her on this one. This was last week, this past week, as a matter of fact. But this is how we pay you all. This is how we get paid. When you all send us that information, we then package that up and we send them your carrier an invoice. As you can see here, let me show you what that looks like. View payment details. So, I'm trying to view the doggone actual, well, that's a receipt. Nah, I don't want to do that. Tell y'all, this Square Cash is something else now. You all need to use this thing. But view original invoice. There we go. View the original invoice. This is what the invoice looks like when we send it to them. Okay? When we send them the invoice, this is what it looks like. They get it, and when they get it, it has in it load invoice billing from RBBS National Dispatchers Network member, and we have your name and your company name there. Invoice number 003A, invoice date, who the customer is, and where it's sent out to. Our records indicate that you completed a load that was provided to you via RBBS National Dispatchers Network member, Nakisha Sweeney, doing business as Trucking Moves, load order confirmation. We give them the reference number, load number, which is all from their confirmation sheet. One load, the load, the info on the load picked up in Mount Pleasant, Texas, dropped off in Virginia, 1,156 miles, 1,900 pounds. Rate was $1,400 for one load, which means per our dispatch agreement, 10% of the load fee is the agreed upon fee for the service. Please remit payment in the amount of $140 conveniently via credit or debit card. When we send them that, all they got to do is click on it, and they pay with a debit or credit card. You notice down here, we also attach the documents, that original signed dispatch agreement, that confirmation rate sheet, and the BOL. We attach that stuff to it so that they understand that we have every legal right to invoice them on this load. That's what we said now. When we get that, we pay you all through your Square Cash app. Okay? We send you a payment through our Square Cash app. All you got to do is click on it and deposit that money into your account. If you assisted on finding that load, you're going to get your payment through that Square Cash app too. Charles will tell you he gets money for stuff that he didn't even know he was getting money for. Because people do what? They get loads from him, or they go to his load board, or they go to the load board that he presented to us in the back office, and they get loads off his load board. Okay? We make this, man, look, we make this so easy if you just work the system. We make it easy for you to make money if you work the system. And all you got to do from that point is just repeat that process. Once you get yourself a carrier, I'm going to give you all the secret to making money. Once you get yourself a carrier, if you got yourself one carrier, you should be booking 3 loads per week, automatic. Right, Charles?
Right.
Because if you got yourself a carrier, if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, if you book that carrier, now I'm going to show you how you guarantee yourself 3 loads. If you book that carrier a load going out, you should automatically be finding him a load coming back. That's 2 loads right there. Right. Now, y'all understand what I'm saying? If you find a carrier a load, if that carrier is leaving from Tupelo, Mississippi, and he's going to Texas, right? If his home is in Tupelo, Mississippi, or somewhere in the Mississippi area, when you find him a load going to Texas, so when you book him a load going to Texas, before you call him back and confirm that load going to Texas, find him a load coming back. If you know he is picking up in Tupelo, Mississippi on Monday, and he's going to be in Texas on Tuesday to drop a load, you should find him a load leaving out of Texas on Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on what time he dropped that load on Tuesday. Find him a load leaving out of Texas. If he's dropping that load on Tuesday morning and he's still got hours on his clock, go ahead and find him a load that's picking up in Texas, close to where he's dropping off at, that's leaving back out.
Backhaul.
Coming back to Mississippi. That's called a backhaul. Or you ask him, do you want to come back to Mississippi when you call him up and say, hey, where you at? He said, I'm in Tupelo, Mississippi. Okay, I'm going to find your load leaving out Tupelo, Mississippi. Where do you want to go after that? Do you want to go back to Mississippi? Or do you want to just go, I'll go anywhere? He goes, well, you can just find me a load going, I'm anywhere, I'm out of Texas. Or he's going to say, find me a load going back to Tallahassee, Florida, because that's my home. Or somewhere close to Tallahassee. All right, great. That's 2 loads right there. Two loads. Now, when you find him that load going back to Tallahassee, you're going to call him back and say, okay, I got this load leaving out Tupelo, Mississippi, going to Texas. You're going to drop it in Texas on Tuesday. And on Tuesday, you're going to drop that load about 7 o'clock that morning, or whatever it's going to be. Now, Tupelo, Mississippi to Texas ain't that far of a trip. So he's going to get there the same day, right? So he's got plenty of time to shut down and get his full 10 hours. So now he's got a full 11-hour clock again. Because your drop-off maybe saying he can't drop it until Tuesday morning. Now, if the drop-off says he can drop it when he arrives, he can get there and go in and drop the load on the Monday, still shut down, and be ready to pick up a load on Tuesday. So either way, he's picking up a load on Tuesday. So you go and say, look, this load is leaving out Tupelo, Mississippi, is going to Texas, it drops off on Tuesday morning, but I got you another load that picks up Tuesday at 11 o'clock, 20 miles from where you're dropping off at. Run them over, pick that load up, and it's going to Tallahassee, your home, or it's going to Havana, or Mariana, or Valdosta, somewhere within a 100-mile radius of Tallahassee. You see what I'm saying? That's called a backhaul. Then when you call him up and confirm that, he's okay, great, I like that, good. Now let me ask you a question. How many days rest do you want at home before you go back out? And he tells you, well, I just need 1 day rest. So that means if he's getting back to Tallahassee on Tuesday, right, that means he wants to rest, so you're not going to find him another load out until when? Thursday. But he's already told you that he needs 1 day of rest. So guess what? You know he's in Tallahassee, right? So guess what? When you book him on that load going back home, when you book him those 2 loads, go ahead and start looking for him a load, leaving back out on Thursday. And that's 3 loads in 1 week. from one carrier. Actually, it's 4 loads, because when you find him a load going back out, you're going to find him a load what? Coming back. Right, Charles? I think Charles is off busy again.
Yep.
But there you go. But that's how you create, from one carrier, from just one carrier signing up with you, you have now created income on 4 loads per week every single week. If you do what? If you communicate with your carrier. Now, I hope I'm making sense to you all, because I want you all to understand how you make money. Because I'm seeing a lot of chatter on the chat group about, well, this is not working for me. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. No, this don't work. That don't work. Well, this somewhat works, but it works only if you wrote it. This is a bunch of bullshit. Okay? All that is just wham. In the military, we tell you, when you start doing just complaining about nothing, dial 1-800-WHAM. Okay? Because that's all it is. It's just whining. It's just whining. Because you're not doing the things you're supposed to be doing to make money. If it sounds like I'm not babying you all, that's exactly because we are all grown men and women here. We all need to support our families. This is very serious. You all need to make money to continue or to create a better lifestyle. And remember why you're doing this. You're doing this to create a better lifestyle for you and your family. And if that isn't enough to light a fire underneath your butt, I don't know what is. That's why you're doing this. Okay, this is very real. This is very serious. I know we joke around a lot, but today is not one of those times. Because I'm seeing a lot of chatter on the chat group where people are just spinning their wheels. And they're convincing other people to just spin their wheels. And we don't play that. Because I know this makes money. Charles knows this makes money. Mr. Bass knows this makes money. Miss Williams knows this makes money. Mr. Johnson knows this makes money. Mr. I can't think of the guy's name. He's Tasha Yishi, one of my students in Malaysia. He's making a ton of money. Because all these people, they understand what? They understand that this is a system, and if you want to make money, work the system, and the system will work for you. I need you all to understand that. Okay? And this is the system you need to be working. So forget all the other bull crap you're hearing outside of the network. All the other bull crap you heard from other dispatch programs or other freight broker programs. All that bullshit you're hearing from people who ain't making no money. Listen to somebody who's making money. Okay? Why would you listen to somebody who ain't doing nothing? Listen to the people who are making money. I guarantee you, if you listen to them and you duplicate what they're doing, you will make money too. Okay? All right. So now, you've now found that load back. You got 4 loads booked in 1 week for 1 carrier. So what you going to do with the second carrier you sign up? The same exact thing. But it just requires you to do what? Repeat the process over and over again. That's all it is. That's all. If you get good at just doing that, don't worry about finding shippers. Don't worry about calling shippers and all this stuff. Don't worry about the auto haul loads. Don't worry about none of that other stuff. Just concentrate on that, and I guarantee you'll make so much money you ain't going to have time to worry about none of that other stuff. But because you worry about everything else under the sun, you ain't getting nothing done. That's the real problem. You're like a kid in the candy store. Oh, I want this. Oh, I want that. Oh, let me try this. Let me try that. Let me try. When you're trying all this stuff, all you're going to do is give yourself a tummy ache. You ain't going to get full on none of it. Sit your behind down, eat one strong meal, and just get full off that meal. I told y'all I was a redneck in disguise. That's how I break things down. Okay? So I need you all to understand, I need you all to listen to me, and I need you all to just work the system, man. And I keep saying this, I promise you, if you work the system will work for you. But if you're going to be stubborn, I can't help you. I mean, I really can't. Now, you got the process down. So now it's just a matter of what? Adding more carriers. Going back to step 1. Contacting the carrier. How much money you need to move your truck? sending out the dispatch agreement and the profile sheet. They sign and they get that back to you. Now you find the loads that they want. You go back and you give them the loads, find them 3 loads, give them a choice. They find those loads. When they find the load they want, you find them a back haul. When you find them a back haul, you ask them how many days rest they want in between. Find them a load going back out, you find them a back haul on that. Now you've created 2 carriers and you're running 8 loads per week. How much money is that? Anybody want to figure that up? If you're averaging what? $1,500 or a $2,000 load fee, so let's say let's just break it down to a $1,500 load fee. That's $150. That's $75 due, that's $75 up. You got 8 loads running that week, $75 times 8 is what? Anybody want to give me an answer on that? Who's good? Who got the calculator out? 8 times 75 is what?
600.
That's $600 a week. Every week on just what? 2 carriers. And on loads that's only paying $1,500. Now what if you got loads like the ones being charged talking about between $2,000 and $3,000? If you got a load that's paying $2,000, what's that? That's $100. That's $200 load, $100 you, $100 plus. 8 carriers, $100 a load. I mean 8 loads, $100 load. What's that? That's $800 a week. Pretty much guaranteed. And just on 2 carriers. Now, what happens when you get to the point? Charles, how many carriers you got right now?
Consistent carriers, I got about 13.
I'm not even gonna ask Charles. See, that's why. see, right now, that's why Charles is booking 6, 7, 8 loads a day. That's why he can do that. You understand? Look, people, numbers will not lie to you. Numbers will never, ever, 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 ever lie to you. The most truest thing in this world is numbers. That's why they tell us if we ever run into aliens, the way we're going to talk to them is through mathematics, because it's universal. It does not lie. You can't make it lie. 2 plus 2 is always going to be 4. 1 plus 1 is going to always be 2. No matter how you cut it, shave it, twist it, turn it, run it up and down, flip it up, flip it down, whatever you do to it, it's still going to be the same. Numbers will never lie to you. So make this about the numbers. Make it about the numbers. This is not that hard. Get your process, work the script, work the net, work the system, right? Just do the stuff. When you all go back and you review this video, you notice we ain't said nothing about finding no shippers. We ain't said nothing about quoting no doggone lane rates. We ain't said nothing about none of that other crap that these other people try to teach you because they don't help you make no money. Them dogs don't hunt. I'm telling you that right now. That's like going hunting for coon with a doggone chihuahua. Ain't no chihuahua gonna treat no coon. Get yourself a good old-fashioned hound dog. And start treating these coons all day long. Now, for those of y'all who don't know what a coon is, I'm talking about a raccoon. I'm talking about coons. Because in the country, we eat them things. I lie to you. We'll treat them in a heartbeat. And we'll do what we gotta do, and we get them down, and we get them clean and gut it out, and we put that fire to them, put a little seasoning salt on them, and you good to go. Put some rice on them. Well, look at here. Y'all know nothing about that. Told y'all I was a redneck in disguise. But anyway, that's how this works, man. This is how this works. It's just that simple. This is how it works. Okay? All right. Moving on. Any questions on this process? If you have some serious questions about it, I'm telling you, go back and watch this video once we get it up and going, and just watch it. And I don't care if you got to watch it 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Let me get on here and see if we have any questions here that people have asked us. Let me go back through our system and see what we got. Somebody talking about negotiating leverage and rates and all that type of stuff. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't even get into that bull. I don't get into that because that ain't gonna help you make no money. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Look, the rate that you get, Charles. How many times do you negotiate rates with a broker?
Not very much. I mean, the rates that I get from the posted loads are already pretty good. The only time you have to negotiate a rate if you got a carrier that's just being difficult and trying to get more, trying to squeeze blood out of a turnip. But
exactly.
And then even then, and I try to explain to them, you know, these lane, the rates for this lane is pretty set. So unless you're familiar with the rates for that lane, you're going to go in there unarmed in that kind of battle. So you might want to just educate yourself in that regard. But I very rarely discuss the rates because the rates posted are pretty good already.
Yeah. And let me explain something to you all. That lane rate stuff and negotiated rates, that is for brokers who are operating under the old school. Okay? Look, if you are a broker and you are dealing with a shipper directly, that's where negotiating rates and lane rates and all that kind of stuff comes into play. 90% of you all are not brokers. 90% of you all are dispatchers. You ain't got no business negotiating rates anyway. Because if somebody catch you trying to negotiate rates, they can hit you with a DOT violation. Hope y'all know that.
Yep.
Okay? Let me explain something to you all now. If you are a dispatcher, you do not have a bond, you ain't got no business trying to negotiate rates. Now, yes, can you ask if there's more money? Yeah, but that's about the extent of it. As a dispatcher, because remember, you are not a broker. You do not have a bond. You are not insured, and you are not taking ownership of that load. So if you're trying to negotiate rates as a dispatcher, you dead ass wrong. I'm just telling you like it is. Now, if you are a broker with a bond, by all means, negotiate your butt off. But that is for brokers. That is not for dispatchers. You are a bona fide agent of the carrier. Your only job is to find the load that is suitable for your carrier. In other words, you should be asking your carrier up front, what do you want or what do you need? If the carrier tells you I need $3.25 per mile, then guess what? You ain't looking for nothing that don't pay more than $3.25 a mile. So what is there to negotiate?
Right.
This is what I'm telling you. You're wasting time. This is a numbers game. You are wasting time. You should be concerned with making money. You should be concerned with booking as many loads as possible each week for your carrier. How much money you're getting on those loads should already be determined by your profile sheet. If a carrier tells you, I want $3.25 per mile, and you find him a load that's paying $3.55 per mile, what the hell is there to negotiate? Now, if you're looking at loads that's paying less than $3.25 a mile, then you're wrong because you should not even be looking at them loads. Listen to what we're trying to tell you all. Keep this simple stupid. If you keep it simple stupid, you'll book more loads, you'll move more freely and more faster. Therefore, money keeps flowing in hand over fist. Mama, daddy happy at home.
Yeah.
But if you're making this difficult on yourself by getting into all this other stuff that ain't gonna. I mean, look, if you're a broker. If you're a broker, yeah, that stuff could come into play to help you make money because you're negotiating directly with the shippers. But if you are a dispatcher, that stuff ain't gonna help you make no more money, man. Them little extra few dollars you get trying to negotiate a load, you could have spent that time finding another load. Because remember, you're only getting 10% of it. I know what you're saying. Well, but if I can get me an extra couple of $100, fine. Extra couple of $100 is gonna pay you what? $20 more? And while you're in our platform, $10 more? When you could have spent that time finding you another load that's paying what, $2,000 to $3,000, which could have paid you another $200 to $300. $300, $150 versus $10. I'm gonna go try to find this $150. Leave that $10 crap alone. The extra $10. You see what I'm saying? Look, it's all numbers. It's all based on numbers. It's all based on keeping your workflow going. It's all based on getting into a groove and not getting distracted by stuff that's gonna take you off of your main course. Your main course is to do what? Find those for your carriers that you have under contract. That is your main course of action. Anything else that takes you away from that is taking money out of your pocket. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Okay? All right. This week, this week, I am committed to getting you all an agreement for operating on Central Dispatch. Again, we cannot get you access directly to Central Dispatch through us because we do not book freight. Central Dispatch won't let us do it. Okay, legal has informed me that Central Dispatch, that those negotiations have completely shut down and failed because they just won't let us do that. And like I told y'all before, Central Dispatch is very strict. They are very, 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 very strict. So if you go here, this is their website, centraldispatch.com. If you go here, there are 3 ways you can sign up with Central Dispatch if you're looking to sign up with them. If you are not a broker or a carrier, the best way for you to sign up is over here where it says, I need to ship vehicles. Dealers and shippers, okay? If you click on that, they give you several ways that you can actually sign up. You don't necessarily have to have a DOT number or an NMC number, because car dealerships don't have DOT numbers or NMC numbers. You see what I'm saying? But they are in the business of moving cars. So I'm gonna tell y'all how to do this. Okay, listen to me very carefully. I'm gonna tell you how to get set up to where you can get onto Central Dispatch without having a DOT number, without having an MC number, without being a carrier or being a broker. Okay, you have to be some type of business that is a support business to car dealerships, used car dealerships. Like I have a business called Calvin Butler, the Automotive Sales Specialist. And what that business does is, I'm going to pull it up for you all. It is on Facebook. It is called Calvin Butler, the Automotive Sales Specialist. And let me show you all what that is. Show you all what that is. Calvin Butler, the Automotive, here it is right here. This is my business. It's called Calvin Butler, the Automotive Sales Specialist. What does an automotive sales specialist do? I help people get approved or to buy cars. Now, in doing that, that gives me a connection to the car industry as a support. One of my functions as an automotive sales specialist is not just finding them cars, but sometimes people call me from out of state and they want to try and buy a car that's in another state. I may find them a deal, but they may be in Atlanta, Georgia, but I find them a deal out here in Florida. So once I find them a deal, the other part of my responsibility is what? Arranging the shipment of that vehicle. Now, with that being said, if I go ahead and register this business, which I have done with the IRS by getting an EIN and a tax ID number, and I register that business as an automotive sales support agency, guess what? I can go back to Central Dispatch and submit my application for their road board, for the Central Dispatch board, as what? A support company for the automotive industry. That's your way in. Does everybody understand that? Does everybody understand what I just said? Or got the gist of what I'm talking about here? Okay? If you did not understand it, unmute yourself and say, Calvin, I didn't understand. Or you send me a message to Calvin, I just don't understand. Okay? All right? But that is how you can get signed up with Central Dispatch without being a carrier or without being a broker. Okay? You have to be related, first, second, third cousin, to the car industry. Okay? So it's as simple as creating a support business or consulting type of business for people that want to buy cars. Now, once you do that, and you get in, because you are a support business, now you can go and just start what? You can start arranging shipment of cars. Now you can contact car dealerships and say, hey, I'm a dispatcher for auto haulers, and I have access to a whole bunch of auto haulers, and we can help you move some of your cars. Refer back to the videos when we talk about auto hauling. We show you how to contact the car dealerships using Google. Call them up every day. Make the little pitch to them. We're going to try to have you all, I am going to have you all a dispatch agreement in place for auto hauling this week in the back office. So for those of you who are students of ours, that will be in the back office this week, before Friday. Okay? So this is going to be your way of getting into the auto hauling. Now, we are going to be having classes on auto hauling starting next Saturday. We're going to start dealing with some classes on the auto hauling. We're going to be dedicating stuff strictly for the auto hauling. We're going to try to come up. We have a script in the back office now for auto hauling that you can contact dealers and stuff, this and that. I'm going to give y'all a more practical script. I guess that's the best word for it. So the script that we have back there is an email version. It's a more formal version of a script. We're going to have a more practical version of a script for you all to have during live phone calls. When you call up the car dealers and you make your pitch to them. I'm going to try to arrange some live calls. It's kind of hard to do on Saturdays because I'm telling you right now, you trying to call a car dealership on Saturday, good luck with that. They have all types of sales going on. They ain't going to want to talk on the phone. They got too much going on the weekends. So that's going to be kind of hard to arrange. But I may record some stuff that I do during the week just to call up a couple of them and record it, and then I have it for you all to play back when we're added to our YouTube channel or we're added to our Facebook page. Okay? But that's what's going on with the auto hauler. But again, in order to get set up with the auto hauler, we as a network cannot do it. Central Dispatch will not let us do that. Okay, like I told y'all, they are very strict. They will not let us do that. But you all can get signed up with them individually if you create some type of business that is a support group for car dealers. Okay, so now you are in the area of where you can operate on Central Dispatch. Okay, you have created some type of support business that connects you with the auto industry. Okay, all right, all right. Charles, we're gonna talk about our load board here. All right, let's see here. Where is our load board?
Okay.
You all are gonna get a sneak peek at our load board. This is our load. This is a sneak peek at the load board. Can everyone see this? You can see it. Give me a little yes. I can see it.
Yes.
All right, great. All right, this is our load board. It is going to be called the dispatch. It's going to be called the dispatch load board. Now, this load board is not just a load board, as you all can see. This is an actual site. This is a networking site. This is the first, as I said, the industry's first interactive networking load board. You all, as students, you all kind of already enjoy some of the benefits of this load board because you all are students. And this load board is kind of like a reflection, or it's a combination of all the things that we have that we put into a load board so that we kind of bring to the general public now. But this is a subscription load board. It's going to cost roughly $29.99 per month, okay, to access this load board. As students, you all would get access for free. You know, that's just how we are. I'm just saying with you. But now, you all will access this load board for free. The reason why you all are going to access this load board for free, one of the reasons is because you all are going to be providing some of the content for this load board. This load board is going to be what's called a dual function load board. Okay, it's going to have a lot of dual functions to it. This is just a rough draft. It's not completed yet. I want y'all to understand this load board is not complete yet, but this is kind of gives you all a kind of a preview of it. If you notice here, this load board is a dual function load board. Give me a second. I'm trying to get some of this stuff out of the way so I can move this stuff around. Give me a second. I need my mouse back. I miss my mouse. I miss my mouse. Okay, as y'all can see here, if we stroll over some of the stuff here, we can click on this and take us right to where we want to go. If you go where it says load board and resources, you can pull up, you click here, you can pull up the load board directly. You can go to networking, you can go to resources, you can go to the learning center. Okay? But it's also a dual load board, which means you can stroll the load board, you can stroll the site too as well. If you go directly to it and pull up, let's say the load board, and when you click on it, it's going to pull up our load board, which is in the frame of our site. Okay? We are going to change this. This is probably going to be the first thing you see when you come to the site. It's going to be the load board. Okay. Right now we have a load board in here to kind of give you what it looks like. This is Whole Hound load board right here. But our load board will have our name on it. It will be our load board with our colors and everything. But it's going to have some of these same features. Okay, find the truck, post the truck, find loads, post loads. Okay, it's going to have little stuff up here about, little stuff about us and about us, blogs and contacts and equipment and all that type of stuff. Okay, but the basics of how we operate, because remember, we started out teaching you all how to do what? Find trucks, post trucks, find loads. Now, finding trucks is going to be, why is that number one? Because that's how we teach you all. That's the first thing we teach you all to do is what? Find trucks, find carriers, right? And I know a lot of you all have been having questions about where do we go to find carriers? How can I find more carriers? How can I find carriers to pitch? Well, that's our load board is going to feature that. It's going to be prominent right up front. Find trucks. Okay? You're going to have plenty of trucks for you all to locate. Post trucks. Find loads. Post loads. Okay? Our load board, the load board itself, within this load board, it is going to be a dual function load board. It's going to have our private loads. These are loads that you all supply. Wherever you're getting your loads from, you're going to be able to take them and post them onto our private load, where you just post the loads in here, and people and each member of the load board will be able to switch between our private loads and our open source loads. When they're on our private load, they're going to see the loads that you all post. Everyone within our network that you all are posting, wherever you're getting your loads from. Because we are not brokers and you all are dispatchers, this is a dispatch load board. So guess what? You all will be able to post loads from anywhere you get them from. If you get loads out of a garbage can and you want to post them here, go get them and post them here. If you get loads from a shipper, post them here. If you get loads from a broker, post them here. I don't care where you get your loads from. You can post them here in our private loads. Why? Because they are private loads. That's the first thing that's going to separate us from all the other load boards. Now, if someone wants to switch to the open source loads that are posted here by shippers, right, or posted here by other brokers, they can switch to the open source loads and choose from those loads too. All right. Another thing that we're going to be adding to this, we're going to have our network loads. Our network loads are going to be, let's say if you have an account with DET or Truckers Pad or 123 Load Board, all the other stuff. Right now, if you got all those different accounts, you have to go outside of you have to go to a different browser and pull up that account, right? Log into that account, right? And pull up those loads separately, right? You will be able to, not right away, but in the coming future, you will be able to come into our load board and access just about every load board account you have from this one browser. So if you've got a DAT account, you can go within this load board and click on where it says networking loads and click and pull up all the DAT loads. If you've got a 123 load board account, you go here within our load board, click on where it says networking load board, and click on 123 and pull up all the 123 loads. If you can go in here that account, if you got a truck load or a trucker's path or whatever it is, or the internet truck stop, click on it, pull it up, all within our load board. And the fun does not stop there. Okay? Also, because we are a dispatch load board, this load board features something called, let's scroll down here, it features something called subscription monetization. That's a tongue twister. Okay. Our load board is going to be the first load board that pays its subscribers. You all enjoy that already. Why? Because what happens if you need a load? If you can't find a load, if you got a carrier somewhere and they're wanting $3.10 per mile and they want to go more than 400 miles and you can't find that load, what do? You all come to your chat group and you post that on the chat group, right? You ask for help, right? All right? You all come and you ask for help. Then one of our members, of our 500 plus members, they start searching for loads for you. Okay? They find you a load, and they come and they give that load to you and say, hey, Mr. Bass, I found the load you're looking for. Here it is. They give that to you. And when they do that, you all still get your same 5%, and we pay you all, and we pay the person to help you find that load, what? 2.5%. All right. This load board is going to kind of feature that. It is the first load board that pays you for helping someone else find a load. This load board is going to feature a blanket dispatch fee, a low, you can call it a wholesale dispatch fee of 2.5%, which means everybody that comes to this load board and you get a subscription, you are agreeing to pay a 2.5% dispatch fee to anybody who helps you find a load. Listen to what I'm saying. Because you are a member of this load board, if you have a subscription to this load board, you can now come to this load board. If you don't want to look for loads yourself, or if you can't find loads yourself, and you want to enlist the help of every single person that subscribes to this load board, essentially this load board is creating thousands of dispatch firms. That's what this load board is essentially doing. Because everybody on this load board has the ability to what? Help someone else find a load. So if you are a carrier, right, and you want to use a load board, right, that helps you find loads, or to find, or if you want to use the networking page of it. Now, you come in and you look for loads yourself, you're not paying that 2.5%. But if you go to our networking page and you ask for help, when you go to the networking page and you ask for help, basically here, you go to where it says networking and you ask for help, right? You put on that networking page, which is going to be like a chat group, like the one that we have on Facebook. It's going to be a live stream of people looking for help, and they're posting what they're looking for. And then whoever helps them find that, the person who is posting what they're looking for, they have agreed to, by having a subscription to the load board, they have agreed to pay you a 2.5% dispatch fee. It's called a wholesale dispatch fee. Every single person that joins this load board will be agreeing to that. If you do not agree to that, you cannot join this load board. Now, do you have to use that service? No, you don't have to use that service. But if you choose to use that service in the networking part of the site, then you are agreeing to pay whoever helps you a 2.5% fee. Okay? That's what that earned 2.5% of load fees is. Monetization dispatch service agreement. That is going to be a blanket service agreement that each person can pull up and download, just like you all download in your back office. When someone comes to the networking site and they say, I need help finding a load, when you find them a load, you're going to send them your monetization dispatch service agreement, which basically states that they are agreeing to pay you 2.5% for finding them that load. So before you give them that load, you're gonna contact them and say, hey, I got a load for you. It's paying this much money. I need you to, I'm sending you over my monetization dispatch service agreement. You send it over to them, they sign it, you go ahead and give them the load. Your monetization invoicing tools. Just like we invoice for you all, we are going to be showing everybody on this site how to set up their own Square accounts and invoice their own loads through this site. Now, you all have the advantage of letting us invoice your loads for you all if you're booking loads, amongst each other. But when you come to the site and if you're doing it for someone who is outside of our network and they want you to help them find them a load, we're going to show you how to collect your money from them directly instead of going through us. We're going to show you how to get set up with Square. When you click on this area, it's going to tell you, give you all the links, everything you need to get set up with your own Square account and do your own invoicing. And it's going to show you step by step how to set that up and how to invoice your own loads. And of course, you're going to have your monetization workflow, the process. Kind of like the workflow that we have for you all in our back office. This workflow will show people how to work a load from start to finish using this load board. Will they have all of the access to stuff you all have? No. But you all will have access to all of the stuff that they have. By you all being students of ours, this is just an added source for you all. okay, at no extra cost. But for anybody who is not part of our platform, who is not enrolled in our platform, they're going to have to pay the $29.95 just to get this part of what you all have access to. Will they have access to the federal government SIT code site? No. Will they have access to all of your tools and resources like the toll-free numbers, 800 number? No. Will they have access to our private chat group? No. Will they have access to what's some of those stuff that you all get that y'all enjoy? Access to the several load boards that we pay for you all? No. We will not be paying for load board access to other load boards like you all have. Okay, so our students will get this automatically. Now, next question is, I've had a lot of calls with people say, okay, so that means if I come to become one of your students now, I can pay the $299.95 and still get access onto your load board for free. Yes, for a limited time only. So if you have not, this is for those people out there who are listening in who have not become one of our students. For a limited time only, yes, you can come in and register for our student platform and still get access. But once this load board goes live, no, you will not be able to do that. In fact, when this load board goes live, guess what? We will no longer be offering the $299.95 enrollment to our platform. That is going to shoot up to $500. That's just what it is. So if you're thinking about becoming one of our students and you haven't done so yet, that's something for you to think about. Because once this load board goes active, that won't be the case anymore. And even then, that $500 enrollment is only going to get you access to this load board for a limited time. After about 1 month after that, we're going to cut off. If you enroll as a student, you're still going to have to pay the $29.95 per month to access the load board. But those of you who are already in, as long as you're one of our students, as long as you're within our platform, you would never have to pay access to this load board. This is going to be free to all of our students who are currently with us and our students who join us within the first month of this load board being active. Does everybody understand what we're saying about your access and what you're getting by being students? Basically, what I'm telling you all the stuff to you all will be free. You don't have to pay a subscription for it like everyone else will. Okay, you all get it free. All right, but this is going to be our own load board. Also, within this load board, there's a little thing down about who we are. The Dispatch load board is the industry's first interactive networking load board and the only load board to offer its subscribers subscription monetization. At last, a load board that compensates its subscribers. The load board will also feature a working chat group, which you see that here, we have it down here right now, but there'll be an actual page. That'll be our networking page. It'll be an actual live screen that will pull up within the load board. It will be a working chat group within the load board, much like the chat group that you all enjoy on Facebook, but it is going to be a much broader chat group. So where we have anywhere from 100 to 300 people on the chat group at any given time, that load board can have anywhere from 1,000 to 3,000 people on that chat group at any given time. And these are people who are not just students who are looking to become dispatchers. These are going to be carriers, brokers, shippers. I mean, everybody who joins this load board for whatever reason they're going to join it for are going to be members of that chat group and that network. So now, as a student, your knowledge base now expands exponentially. You can actually, talk to shippers and get advice from shippers or get insight from shippers, get insight from carriers, get insight from brokers who've been in business for years, 10, 15 years. You can get advice from freight forwarders who are shipping stuff internationally if they're using our load boards. It's really going to open up a lot of stuff for everybody involved with this. Charles says he lost my sound. Did anybody else lose my sound?
I'm back.
Okay. But this load board is going to be this. There is no other load board like what we are bringing to the table. Okay, because it's more than just a load board. It's a lot more than just a load board. Give me some feedback. If you all think this is a great idea, give me a yes, it's a great idea. If you think it's crap, give me a yes, I think that shit is crap. Talk to me. Let me know what you think. You'll be able to come in here and you click on Dispatch Load Board. You can click on where it says networking. You'll be able to click on where it says resources and tools. We can get resources. We're going to have a learning center where we're going to have the access to all of our videos on YouTube. They're going to be within this site here. Everything's going to be right within this, most of everything, but not nearly as much stuff as you all get access to with your back office site. Okay, but this is going to give you all more free access and more ways to learn and just kind of increase your overall knowledge base and help you all to become better logistics entrepreneurs. Okay, but we are working on this right now. Charles, myself, and as you can see, our team right here, we are working on this right now. This is the team behind the Dispatch Load Board. National Dispatch Network LLC is the name of our company. That's the company that is bringing you the load board. Myself, CEO, Mr. Glitzstein, Chief Financial Officer, Mr. Mundy, Chief Operations Officer. Okay, so that's where we are with this. Eventually, not anytime like right away, but here in the near future, we will be probably adding more positions to our company. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, and Charles is going to agree with me on this. We're gonna look within our own network before we start looking outside our network. Okay, that's how we built. That's how we built our core team. Because I'm always looking at what you all are doing and the stuff you all are presenting to me and you're asking me, and I'm using that to determine where I'm gonna, what type of. Because me as an entrepreneur, I don't look to try and do stuff by myself. As you all notice, I try to network with people. I try to bring people into the things that I'm doing. And if I'm looking for people who I'm going to be partnering up with, I use my training platform to identify and single out people who have this certain type of qualities and skill set and the type of mindset that I'm looking for whatever opportunities that I'm looking to explore on next. So keep that in mind. So as a company, we are a new company. We will be building. We will be expanding. And with that, as we build and expand, we're going to need help because we're going to get tired of running all this stuff by ourselves. I don't know about Charles, but I'm telling you right now, I don't want to be sitting trying to run all this stuff. You know, I'm going to be honest with you, I'd rather put people in place and have them to do it and pay them good money.
Yep.
Okay? And this load board is going to have the potential of creating something huge for everyone who's involved. If you look at what load boards bring, the average load board has about, what, 12,000 members, Charles, on average?
Yeah, roughly.
And look at some of these load boards that's charging $35.99 per month, $149 a month, $299 a month, you know, like a DAT or 123 or all these other load boards spending. They got an average of, do the math on that, people. And that's monthly. Do the math on it. You got average 12,000 members on a load board, and they're paying, and our little fee is $29.99 a month. That's some good revenue for a company, which would allow us to do what? Expand and offer opportunities within our company to individuals who we identify as having the skill sets that we need. So just keep that in mind. Okay. I know this started out as just, you know, a little training platform and this and that, but I'm telling you, it is growing beyond that. It is growing beyond that, and it's growing quickly beyond that. And a lot of that growth has to do with what you all have made it. Okay. I'm not going to lie to you. I am forever thankful to all of you all. That's why we're able to provide the tools and resources that we provide to you all, but you all you all pay us back in ways other than booking freight. The biggest way you pay us back is by booking freight, because if you book freight, we make actual money. But even if you all are just participating and you're in our, and you're on our chat group and you're providing intel, you're providing us with the insight into who you all are, which helps us to identify the people we need to build our outside companies, our support companies like the load board and things that we're doing with that. Like the other stuff that I have that's coming up with our training for using the government funds, and where we're going to be having, let's see here, where we're going to be having right here, where we're going to be having the career fairs, and we're going to be having individuals to come in as trainers for a week-long session. We'll be there for 2 weeks. Federal government is going to be paying $7,500 tuition for the individuals who attend our guaranteed career placement career fairs. And we have a plan to set these up all over the country, and we're going to have these in different cities, and they're going to run about a week long, and they're going to be for individuals who are on welfare, food stamps, who are on housing, who are disabled veterans, people who were just released from prison, stuff like that. We are working with the federal government. We're working with these agencies where they will actually pay their tuition, $7,500 to attend a week-long session. We're going to have 5 instructors for each career placement, for each career fair. Each one of those instructors will be paid $25,000 for 1 week of work. This is what I'm saying. And each region, we're going to be like if we're in the state of Florida, we're going to have at least 4 of those each year in the state of Florida. So if you're one of the instructors that is part of the Florida group or this region, we're doing Florida, Georgia, and Alabama. That's 4 in Florida, 4 in Georgia, and 4 in Alabama. Okay, that's 12 sessions, 25 grand times 12. That's not bad money for a year's worth of work for what, 24 weeks. There's 52 weeks in the year. You all come down for 2 weeks. See, I mean, that's not bad money, man. But when we get all that going, and we're working on that, we're choosing our instructors are coming from our network, people that we know, people who we have trained ourselves. You understand what I'm saying? So this is growing. The weather here is getting really, 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 really bad. So we're going to get ready to kind of close this off. Let's go ahead and have some questions real quick. Any questions? Anybody have any questions about some of the stuff we've gone over, or anything you have a question about you want us to kind of explain to you? I'm going to try to stay on here as long as I can, but the weather is getting really, really, really bad. And I'm telling you, I don't like being plugged up to a computer with my headset on when there's a lightning storm going on outside. But does anybody have any questions? If you have any questions, open your mic and ask me right now. I have a question here from somebody that says, at Calvin, I know the state of Missouri does that at $6,500 per student for the trucking. Exactly. This was modeled after the trucking industry. I went through the same type of program when I got my CDL. Okay, here in Florida, I went through the National Trucking School down in Orange Park, Florida, is where I went, just outside of Jacksonville. And I went through the Veterans Vocational Rehab Program, where they paid, I think it was $6,000 for me to attend that program. They also paid me $450 per week for the whole 4 weeks that I was down there. Plus, they paid me another $450 a week for the 7 weeks that I was in training with the trucking company with Covenant Transport. And they paid for all the hotel expenses, all that type of stuff. we're going a step further. Our program will pay for hotel expenses, your travel, by your plane, your tickets for your airfare travel, your hotel expenses the whole time you're down there. You know, your accommodations. We'll pay for your meals for 3 square meals a day at a restaurant. We're also going to be paying for your Uber and Lyft rides. You get 4 of those per day while you're there. They're not accumulative. You either use them or you lose it. And so, you know, it's pretty much everything is taken care of. All right. Charles May says, please sign me up to be one of your instructors. You can even reduce my price. I would love to talk to you when you have time. As far as the instructor thing is concerned, we are going to be choosing our not something you can really sign up for. We are going to have a pool that you can sign up for to be in our pool that we choose from. But when we look at our instructors, we're going to look at, you know, more than just, you know, submitting or being in the network. We're going to look at, you know, how you are performing as a dispatch firm or as a freight brokerage firm. So we want people who are producing and not just people who are there in name and title. So it's going to be a review process that we're going to be conducting to choose our instructors, because we don't want to just throw anything out there. We want to have great instructors. We want to have people who are producing and people who are successful in their own right. So that's why we have our platform set up the way we do, so we can kind of evaluate you all for other stuff that we are bringing to the table. Other questions? Any other questions? It's kind of hard for me to go through my little question thing here because I don't have my mouse, and I can't really scroll down on the questions. It's kind of hard. Here we go. It's kind of hard to do without having much time. Greg, he says, great idea. If carriers are able to sign up, will it not affect our ability to sign up carriers? I don't understand that one, Greg. Okay, great idea, but if carriers are able to sign up, will it not affect our ability to sign up carriers? This is, you're talking about for the load board. Oh yeah, no, it won't affect your ability to sign up carriers because look, carriers are going to have a choice. Okay, I mean, you're going to have not everybody's going to sign up to our load board. I mean, it would be great if everybody would sign up to our load board, but do I think that we're going to get every carrier to sign? No, that's not going to be the case. Don't carriers sign up for load boards now and they still use their own dispatchers or they still use outside dispatch? Nothing's going to change on that factor. All that's going to change is we're going to be offering people more options. You know, people like options, you know. So I don't think it's going to affect you all's ability to sign up carriers. A little bit, maybe, but not enough to make a difference, because even if it does, you still have the ability to come in. So think about it. If you have, let's say if you call up 10 carriers, and those 10 carriers say, well, I just signed up with this load board, I can get my dispatching for 2.5%. Well, guess what? Can't you go to that load board because you already remember that load board and find them a load and still get 2.5%? Aha! So does the load board take away or does it give you more options? Because think about it. Everybody, not some of the people, but everybody who signs up for the load board is agreeing to pay what? A 2.5% what? Load fee if they get help. So what does that do for each one of you all? It helps you to increase what? Your revenue. So the little bit of revenue you lose by having 1 or 2 carriers not sign up with you because they sign up for the load board, the ability to dispatch or to find thousands of carriers' loads now more than makes up for the little setback you had on signing up those 1 or 2 carriers. Everybody understand that? Okay. Okay, Charles is talking about here's that's kind of hard for me to, there we go. I'm trying to go through some of these, can I give you a call on any time? I don't know if you're talking to me or if you're talking to Charles.
She's talking to me. She was talking to me a while back.
Okay. All right. Let's have an open. What's called? I need. If you want to ask questions, unmute yourself and ask the question. Unmute your mic and get on here live with me. Don't be scared. Trust me. Don't be scared. No one's gonna bite you.
And the only thing about my ebook I was putting up there, I didn't know if you saw it. I'm just doing a little promotion again. You buy the Dispatcher 101, you get the other 2 free.
Okay, so you're extending that.
Yeah, I'm trying to help people, trying to get them.
Okay. All right. Remember, Charles does have an ebook series. It is a very helpful ebook series. A lot of our students have said that it helped them to connect the dots. Because remember, what we provide is kind of like we kind of provide an overall training and more of a kind of a widespread view of how to make money. Okay, we don't go into explaining every little detail as far as what is a load board, what is a hotshot, what is a this and that, what is a reefer load, what is a LTL. We don't go into that. Okay, what's a load board? What's that? We don't go into all of the little stuff. That's what his ebook does. Okay, we provide you with the basics, and we provide you with all the tools and resources, and we provide you with the network to help you all learn and make money. If you want to know all the little ins and outs and what each term means and all that stuff, that's what Charles has an ebook series that goes into all that. All right. Does someone have a question? I see we got a couple of mics open.
Yes.
Okay. And tell us who you are and what's your question.
My question is, I have a hotshot guy.
One at a time. Ladies first.
Go ahead. I'll wait. Go ahead.
Ladies first. Okay.
This is Brenda. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you? Oh, thank you.
Good. And I wanted to ask you, how do we make sure that we don't call the same drivers? We have the board, so it won't be multiple calls to same driver.
Keep a track of them. If you're calling carriers, you should be keeping a track of who you.
No. I think it's if everybody's on the same board.
What do you mean on the
the board? The same. Everybody's on the same board, and they get a repeated call. Not from one person, but someone else will give them multiple calls.
So are you talking about our new load board, or are you talking about when you just contact carriers now?
Now.
Okay.
No, when you're contacting.
Okay, I mean this is like any other thing. This is a competitive sport. There's no way to tell if a driver has been contacted or not. I mean, because there are people out there who are not part of our group who are contacting drivers. It's estimated that there's about, how many dispatch firms could that be, Charles? Literally tens and thousands of them, because, look, dispatchers, it's like a ghost, this silent ghost army of dispatch firms out there, because no one has a way of tracking them. Not like brokers. Brokers can be tracked because they have a MC number, they have a DOC number. Dispatchers don't have any of that, so nobody really knows how many of them are out there. Because you have a lot of individuals who are working illegally without a dispatch agreement. You have a lot of people who are working legally, like we are, with dispatch agreements. You know what I'm saying? So there's no way to track, even within our own network, who contacts who. It's a competitive, that's just a competition of being in business. But don't let that stop you from calling, because just because one person calls someone, they may not have been successful. They may have pitched it wrong. They may not be following the script. Right, Charles?
Correct.
Because Charles will tell you, I have called, if you go back and watch our videos, and the perfect example is, I have called carriers live on video that the person had called 2 days before and gotten a no, not just I'm not talking about a no response. I'm saying they told them, no, don't call me. And I have called them back, And they said, well, shoot, how'd I sign up for that? It's same program.
And I'll tell you this, that video was one of the videos that honestly got me over the top and convinced me to join this platform.
Exactly. Because look, it's all in the pitch. It's all in how you present that pitch. That's why I tell you all, learn that pitch. Because it doesn't matter who has called them already. It doesn't matter who has done this with them already. If they are signed up with someone else and if that person is keeping them busy, guess what? They're going to tell you, I got a dispatcher. If they tell you, okay, well, great, let me sign up with you too, that means that person ain't doing their job, right?
Right.
Yes.
All right. So don't let that stop you from making money because someone else is not doing their job. Where they are falling off at, that's where you come up at.
All right.
Okay, that's what this game is all about. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, if you call someone and someone says, now if they tell you, I've already got a dispatcher, obviously that person is doing their job. And there's no way for you to come in. It's kind of like the old saying, and I probably should be saying this because I just got married, but what's the old saying? What you won't do, somebody else will. Okay, so y'all know my wife she's out with her sister right now, so that's why I'm talking smack. I can't talk this when she here. Okay, but that's kind of like the saying, what you won't do, somebody else will.
Yeah.
I mean, so.
I have another question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have a couple of hotshot guys in Texas, and they're driving little 3-car wedge trailers. Where would you go to find them good loads? Because I think Central Dispatch is too big for those guys.
Yeah. Your best bet is UShip.
UShip, yeah.
Or because look, I don't deal with hotshots. I'm not nothing against hotshots, but I don't even fool with them.
I didn't deal with whoever answers the phone when I call.
Yeah.
Can I input on this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Who asked that question? What's the person's name?
Daniel.
Hey Daniel, it's Charles. I got a couple of hot shots. I had success with one of them. I just ran a load for him that paid him $5,700. Hot shots are kind of a challenge, but they are out there. But I try not to waste I don't want to say waste my time for lack of a better word, but I try to stick to the other, the flatbeds, reefers, and dry van type of equipment because those are the most common equipment types for the most high-paying loads.
Yeah, well, these guys contacted me. That's why.
Okay. Well, then you have a decision to make in that regard. Then, are you going to be willing to invest that time trying to find loads for that hot shots or what? It's kind of, you're kind of in a rock and a hard place in that regard. I took my hot shot on because he was in an area that I knew that there was good freight for hot shots, and that's another thing you might want to consider too, where your hot shot guy is located and if it's going to be good for you to find freight in that area. So,
yeah, they're in Texas. They do pretty good.
Yeah.
That's just not finding a lot of loads for them because they're hot shots.
Yeah.
Let me give you my take on hot shots, and my take is not as politically correct or friendly as Charles. Okay. To me, hot shots are like. I'm trying not to offend a whole bunch of people across the board.
Junior varsity.
Not even that nice. Hot shots are like okay. You know how you know how when you're dating, okay, and when you're dating and I don't want to use that one either. Hot shots are like spoiled children.
Okay.
I mean, they're like spoiled children. They want everything in the world. They want everything in the world, but they don't want to work for it.
Okay. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? They want everything in the world. They want the best of everything. They want everything to be perfect, but they don't want to compromise. They don't want to work for it. They just want Just give me the best. Give me what I want. If I can't get what I want, I'm just stomping my feet and all that type of stuff. Okay, that's how hot shots. Not all of them, but that's how they play out to be. Because first of all, hot shots can only pull so much weight. Second of all, hot shots can't pull every type of load. Third of all, they're in the trucking industry without having a full-size truck. So, but they want full-size truck money. They want full-size truck money, but they don't want to pull full-size truck loads. You understand what I'm saying? Now,
yeah.
when you're in that type of industry and you're working with a limited type of vehicle, you got to be willing to compromise. You got to be willing to go outside your state or be willing to go outside a certain area to make the kind of money you want to make. Hot shots want to go home just about every night. They want to have all the advantages of being a local carrier, but they don't have. But they want the advantages of being a local carrier, but they want the money of an OTR. You can't have it both ways. You just can't. And what hot shots have to realize is this: unless they have a inside track on these companies that strictly deal with hot shots, in other words, these companies that you go in and you make bids to, and they give you a 2, 3, 4, and 5 year contract, it is going to be very, very difficult for an independent hot shot to make money, especially dealing with an independent freight dispatcher to find them loads. Because either the freight dispatcher is going to starve to death trying to find loads for a hotshot carrier, or that hotshot carrier is going to starve to death waiting on loads from that freight dispatcher. One or the other. You're never going to be able to, both y'all are never going to be able to be satisfied.
And that's why I asked the question, because I can never find any loads from this guy. So
yeah,
yeah,
there's not enough business out there for hot shots in the independent market to really, really, really be successful with them as an independent dispatcher.
Especially with cars.
Exactly.
All right, great.
Unless you're dealing with cars and you have to be dealing with, now if you got, but see, here's the thing about cars though. If you go to Central Dispatch, not Central Dispatch, if you go to, now a hot shot who is pulling a 5-car trailer can probably make money. But it has to be a auto haul type of hot shot that pulls cars. And they have to have one of those trailers that he can stack 5 cars to kind of have like the upper level and stuff like that. Because that's about the most under the hot shot is going to be.
Yeah, my guy got a 3-car wedge.
Yeah, yeah, they're not going to be pulled. They're not. A decent hot shot is not going to be able to pull more than 5 cars. Okay. Now, if they have that, you can go to UShip and make all the money you want to make, and I'm gonna tell you how. But the hot shot has to be willing to compromise and has to be willing to actually work. And the only way you make that work is you go to UShip. And when you get to UShip, as a matter of fact, here, let's pull it up real quick. If you go to UShip,
that's a website. That's stuff. Hard to find what you need on it.
Yeah, but if you go to UShip, okay, all right. If you go to UShip, give me a second here. Come on, get rid of. All right, come on, get rid of this out of my way. It don't want to get out the way. All right, if you go to UShip and you look for, let's say here. Okay, I'm already signed in. All right, if you go to UShip, it says find shipments. Okay. You're looking for shipments. What you're looking for the auto hauls. You're looking for people who are looking for cars. Okay, and let's say pick up any date. See if it'll give me just any date and whatever. Okay, what's my search thing here? No results. View. All right. If you go to UShip, let's say here you're looking at particular categories, looking at cars, look at vehicles and boats, cars and light trucks. Look up locations. Let's say Tallahassee, Florida. All right, here we go. All right, if you're looking up cars, all right, see here, you got these one-car moves here and stuff like this, and people are, but see, the bad thing about UShip is the lowest bidder wins. So it's kind of hard for you as an independent dispatcher to make money in the lowest bid wins type of scenario, right? But if you have someone who is moving multiple vehicles, this is why central dispatch works for you in moving, and even UShip, you can make money using central dispatch, but you can't make a whole lot of money using Hotshot. And I'm going to explain to you why. Because if you're on here and you got central dispatch, which is big trucks that has to move what? Anywhere from 9 to 11 cars, right? Okay. And the way central dispatch is set up, you can use UShip to make money on central dispatch, or you use central dispatch to make money on UShip. Why? Because, like I said, this one car move right here. You've got a bid for this car going from Valdosta to St. Petersburg, Florida, 254 miles. The lowest bid right now is $829. Now that's a pretty low bid, but you can still undercut that by using central dispatch. Why? Because when you go and you pull in here and you put in there, okay, I can get this car for like $500, and you can still make money on it. For you can go in and bid $500 and still make money. That's about $330 less than this current bid. And no one's going to be able to touch you on that. Why? Because if you have access to central dispatch, when you get this, you post that on central dispatch, and it's going to pull up all the carriers. This is going to hit all the carriers who are traveling in the lane from Valdosta heading down to Florida. It's going to pull them up, and it's only going to alert the carriers who have space on their truck already. So if you got an 11-car hauler that is coming from Atlanta coming down to Miami, right? So it's in that lane. You see what I'm saying? It's in that lane. So it's going to get this alert to pick up a 2008 Ford Super Duty F350 for $500. Now, if that carrier is an 11-car hauler, it has 9 cars on it, it's got room to put that Super Duty on there. And those 9 cars he got on his carrier already, he's only getting paid $175 to $200, $250 per car. You think he's going to be interested in stopping in Valdosta, which is on the way, and adding the extra $500 to his payday? Yeah. Exactly. That's the advantage you have when you're dealing with big trucks versus a Hotshot. If he can only pull one car, he can't do that for $500. He can't even do it for the $829. He's gonna need at least what? Down here where they got this $1,500 and this $4,000. That's what he's gonna be looking for. Money like that, because he's gonna pull in one car. Yeah. Now, if he has a 5-car trailer, and if he's got other cars on there coming from, in that lane, then it works for him to add that car on for another $500, and you getting 20% of that. You see what I'm saying? That will work for him. But unless he's in that lane with cars already on, he's coming down that way. That's why it's hard to make money with Hotshot.
All right. Thanks.
You understand? All right. And I've got nothing against Hotshot drivers, but my thing is this: if you're gonna be in the trucking industry, man, be in the trucking industry. I mean, you understand what I'm saying? If you're gonna go through the whole hassle of getting your CDL and all that stuff, why go out and buy you a 3500 when you can just go out and get you a Peterbilt and just be in the trucking industry? You understand what I'm saying?
I'll tell you why, Cal. My wife's a driver. She's been driving for 15 years in a hazmat. She gets paid pretty good driving for the company.
Yeah.
However, as a hotshot driver, your profit ratio is threefold if you get the load. But you got to be able to get the loads. That's the hard part about being a hotshot guy.
Exactly. You got to get the contracts, right?
Yeah. That's part. So she ain't doing it yet.
Exactly. And that's exactly what we mean by it's only profitable to you if you can get set up with these companies they're going to give you a contract, a dedicated contract. You got to get contracted with these companies that are going to call you up every week and say, hey, I got a load for you. It's picking up here. I need you to go here to pick this up. Hey, I got this repo. I need you to go get this, and that. But you can only get that if you are in with the companies that you're putting in these bids for, and you get those contracts. It does not work for the independent dispatcher who is independent, or that independent who is working.
There's a whole lot of work there in the dispatcher for Hotshot. A whole lot of work.
Exactly. Okay, but all right. Any other questions? I'm getting late in the hour here. Any other questions?
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead and announce yourself and tell us who you are.
Hi, this is Chandra May.
Hey, how you doing?
I had a question. I'm doing fine. How about yourself?
Great.
Excellent. So I had a friend ask me, I guess this is what she did. She went out and she signed up and decided to get her own truck. So she said her loads were not paying very well, but since she's new and her authority hasn't come in yet, is it illegal? I'm asking, is it illegal for her to participate, I guess, use someone else's authority in order for her to find loads that are paying more? Or would she just have to wait?
No, she can run under someone else's authority, but she has to be, basically what she's doing is she's leasing her truck on someone else's authority. That's perfectly legal. Okay?
Okay.
But she can't impersonate someone else's authority. If she has that person, if she signed up to a contract with that person to run the authority, that's one thing. But I'm telling you right now, you have some carriers out there that will go in, and this is what I don't agree with the DOT saying that your MC number and DOT number has to be made public. I don't agree with that. Because y'all do know that there is this thing called identity theft, and it's real big in the trucking industry. It happened to us one time. It happened to us when we were brokers. And this was kind of started the whole uproar about is RBBS a legal firm or not, because that's exactly what happened to us. Someone stole our DOT number and was running auto haul loads, and we had no idea who they were.
I remember that.
Didn't even know loads were being run.
I remember that.
They ran about $70,000 worth of loads, and we were none the wiser. Okay? That's the part I don't agree with. That's one of the reasons why we decided to drop our authority and just become dispatchers. And that happens every day in the trucking industry. People will steal other people's DOT numbers, and they will run loads and disguise themselves as another carrier. So if she is doing it legally by contacting that carrier group, and that carrier group signs her on and says, okay, you're going to run underneath our authority, and you're going to pay us a percentage of the load you run, that's legal. But she has to pay them their percentage, this and that. Okay? But if she's just randomly just grabbing people's ID numbers or DOT numbers and saying that this is my DOT number, and that happens about it, and basically just impersonating another carrier, that's illegal.
No, she wanted me to reach out to some of my trucker friends and ask them if they would allow her.
Yeah. Matter of fact, there are companies out there that they don't even own trucks. They just get the authority and then they lease carriers on under the authority, and they just charge like 20% or 30%. They'll pay the carrier. They'll pay the guy who owns the truck anywhere from 70% up to 80% of the load fee, and they just collect their percentage just for them running under their authority. But yeah, that's perfectly legal.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right. Why is someone requesting remote control over my keyboard? Mr. Amabasker-ski, or whatever your name is? No. I'm not getting control over my keyboard. I don't know who you are. I'm just gonna tell you this right now. No, okay. I'm not giving you control over my keyboard. What you want to go in and access my bank accounts and count my keystrokes and stuff? I don't know if you did that by mistake or if you did it on purpose.
Yeah, he probably did. He probably did.
All right.
Oh man,
All right.
funny.
Who else has a question? Does anybody else have a question other than trying to access my bank accounts and stuff? Who else has a question? If you try to, if that's your question, I'm telling you right now, no. Yeah, go ahead.
This is Keenan. Let me ask you a question.
Hey, Keenan, what's up?
I got a driver on the 3rd. Dropped the load off at Kroger at 11 p.m., right? There was time he's supposed to be in there, but they didn't take the load, and they told him they're going to unload him about 5 o'clock on the 4th. Okay, his wife's kind of like do dispatching for him, too, so he found let me do a dispatch. He found let me dispatch for him. And I think he kind of a little pissed off at me. Like I told him, it wasn't his fault, and it's Kroger's fault, really. And I'm trying to figure out a way, how to, present it back to him that, it's not my fault. Not Kroger's fault.
Yeah, so Kroger, right, decided that they weren't going to take the load after a certain time, right?
Right. Uh-huh.
All right. There was nothing in your confirmation sheet that said anything about drop-off times and stuff?
Yeah, drop-off time, he's supposed to be there at 11 p.m. on the 3rd, which he was there.
Okay, and then, but Kroger, I guess they changed their mind because of the 4th of July weekend or something?
Right, pretty much.
And they told him he could drop it off when?
The next day at 5 p.m.
Okay, did Kroger give you any type of explanation why they changed it?
Yeah, I talked to the dispatcher. She didn't want to talk. She was busy. And so I finally got in touch with Pepsi Cola. The lady called back, and she called them, and the dispatcher telling her the same thing. It'd be tomorrow.
All right. Here's what you should have did. You should have contacted the broker.
I did.
Okay,
that's Pepsi Cola.
Okay, because the broker, that is his responsibility. If something changes on that confirmation sheet, because that's why you have your confirmation sheet.
Right.
Here's what I like to do. I always, and this is going to come with experience. Okay. If you have drop-off times, or if you have long wait periods, okay, you can negotiate what's called, what's the word I'm looking for, Charles? It's kind of like a carrier displacement fee. If the carrier has to,
detention?
Detention, okay? I would have to see. This is gonna come with experience. When you have these drop-offs, they have these time-related drop-offs. I always, when I see stuff like that on the confirmation sheet, I always go back to the broker before I send it over to my carrier, and I discuss that with the broker. Mr. Broker, hey, I'm looking at you here. It says something here about the drop-off times and this and that. All right, if my carrier shows up at the right time, but then they tell him that he has to wait, or there's something that happened that caused him to wait, what is the detention fee for my carrier? And that broker's going to
$119.
Well, so they told him that there's a $119 detention fee, right?
Yeah, that's what they gave him. He sent the sheet over to me.
Okay, then that's all you can do. Because, look, if they pay him for his detention time, that's about as fair as you can get. I understand it cost him some time, and he has little, but they did pay him for his detention time.
But, Calvin, I think this will really happen now. His wife told me, but he didn't tell me. She booked a load for him at 5 o'clock that morning on the 4th. So he had to be unloaded in order to pick that load up. And I think that's the reason he got kind of pissed off.
I know he did, but that's the reason why they pay you the detention fee to kind of offset your inconvenience.
Okay, should I kind of like still deal with him or what?
Yeah, I mean, you still come. There's nothing you did wrong. I mean, you didn't do anything wrong. I mean, you're not Kroger. you couldn't make Kroger take it, right?
Right.
All right. The broker paid the detention fee, right?
Right.
Which was in the agreement that he signed, right?
Right.
So that means that he signed an agreement. That's why I say read your confirmation sheet. So the agreement basically stated that if for any reason he is detained or he has to wait, we would pay him $119, right?
Right.
And did he sign that?
Yeah, he signed it and sent it over to me, and I sent it over to y'all.
Okay. Charles, what do we say about them confirmation sheets?
Read. Matter of fact, I had one. I had to put out a fire last night. I had a fire last night. I put out. Yeah, I had a carrier who had a delivery at 2 in the afternoon, but he didn't get done until about 9 that night. The packet and the Raycon says after 3 hours, then you start to get detention pay anywhere between $50 and $100 an hour. So he got paid from 5 o'clock to 9 o'clock. So he got 4 hours detention.
Exactly. Now here's what you should have done. If anything, when you read that, you should have called him and said, "No, what? He only gets a flat $119. What if he has to wait X number of hours?" See, right. I would have said, "Look, my carrier will sign this and the $119, that's fine up to 3 hours. Anything over 3 hours, it's going to be the $119 plus an additional $50 per hour."
Right.
Okay.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And that comes with experience. I mean, look, this is the first time you encounter that, but experience makes you what? You're the best teacher, right?
Right.
Because now you know, right?
Okay.
That's what I mean by the only way to learn this business is by what? Doing it. Because you would never learn that from a book. You would never learn that from a course, and you never learn that from a class. But because you went through it, and now you got to deal with your carrier being upset with you, now you're trying to overcome that, that was a good teacher for you.
Yes, sir.
And here's the great thing about it is, don't feel so bad about it, because guess what? You're going to sign more carriers, and this opportunity to profit from this is going to come up again. And next time you will know, when you get that confirmation sheet and you see a flat detention fee, you'll know to go back and whoa, hold up, wait a minute. What if he has to stay extra hours? Can we amend this to, if it takes more than 3 hours, then yes, we get that flat detention fee up to 3 hours, but anything over that is $50 per hour. And the broker said, well, why do you say that? Because my carrier has loads already lined up and booked for the week. And if you all, well, I'm not saying you all will, but if your shipper runs into a problem when he's got to wait, then that's going to throw him off for the rest of the week, which means he has to be compensated for his loss.
Correct.
Right.
Absolutely.
That's exactly how you handle that, but it's kind of hard for you to handle that after he's already signed that agreement. So what do we say about that agreement, Charles? That confirmation sheet. Once you sign it, it is what it is, right?
Yes, sir.
That's the reason why we say make sure you read that confirmation sheet before you send it over to your carrier. Because once that bad boy is signed, whatever is in it, that's what's in it. Okay? So that's one of the importance of reading your confirmation sheet and going over it. And that comes with experience knowing how to go back and talk to the broker about that confirmation sheet and getting, because if they had played out the way we just talked about it, your carrier actually would have made some good money from that.
Okay.
Because think about that $119 plus $50 an hour.
Yes, sir.
And how many hours he had to wait?
He waited from 11 p.m. to 11 p.m. to 5 p.m. the next day.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah. So do the math on that, man. Do the math on that. You know what I'm saying? And if you'd have had that in that agreement, they would have been the shipper would have been contractually bound to pay you that $50, to pay him that $50 an hour, which means they're paying you what? $5 an hour, right?
That's an extra $900.
Yeah. Would have made you and him a whole bunch of money.
Okay.
That would have more than made up for the lost load that he had. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
That's why those detention fees are set up the way they're set up. And if you know what to look for when you're reading your confirmation sheet, you can avoid that. Not only avoid it, but if the mishap does happen, you can actually benefit from it. Okay?
No, no.
All right. But good question. But I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you asked that question.
Great question. Yeah.
But that is but people, that's the reason we harp so hard on read the confirmation sheet before you send it over to the carrier, because that's a perfect example. A carrier is not going to catch that. They are not. They're going to look at, okay, it's paying me this. Okay, he picks up, he drops off, and they're going to sign. They're not going to read that confirmation sheet. Not the way you should be reading it. Okay, you should be, when you get that look, I don't care if it's a broker that I deal with on a regular going basis, I still read the confirmation sheet when I come home. I mean, I've got some brokers that I meet with, you know, we have lunch together, we have stuff, and we know each other. We play basketball together, or we may work out at the gym together, and I read their confirmation sheets. Cause that's the name of the game. Protect yourself at what, Charles?
All times.
All times. Protect yourself at all times. And that's part of protecting yourself and your carrier. Okay? So make sure you all read those confirmation sheets. All right. What time is it, man? What time is it?
There's a famous quote from the book, The Art of War by Sun Tzu. It says, invincibility lies in the defense, the possibility of victory in the attack.
Exactly. All right, everybody. We are way over. I said I wasn't going to have a long session today, but guess what? We're going way over 1:15. So I know my new wife will be back here in the next hour or so. So that means I've got to go. I ain't gonna lie to you. If y'all say, "Oh, he ain't paid," yep, I am. I know what side my bread is buttered on. I ain't gonna let y'all get me in trouble. Okay? Ain't no point in making all this money if you can't spend it in peace.
Wise man.
Okay, I'll tell y'all that right now. Boy. Keep peace at home. Okay? So with that being said, I appreciate each and every last one of you all. We got a lot of great things coming up. A lot of great things coming up. This coming week is going to move kind of fast. There's going to be a lot of stuff that we're going to be coming at you with. So next week, kind of be prepared. Remember, go back and watch this video. Go back and watch this session. And the key here is concentrate on the things that you need to be concentrating on. All this other stuff, don't worry about it. Okay? Your focus. And please, people, please, if you don't do nothing else, learn the script. Learn the script. I don't care if you got to read it to yourself 800 times. Learn that script. Learn to be able to picture inside and out without even looking at it, just be able to throw it off the top of your head. Because when you get it like that, that means you are now incorporating it with your personality. And when you do that, it is very hard for a carrier to say no to you when it comes to that script. Okay? Second thing is, concentrate on just getting your carriers, getting that profile sheet filled out. Once you get that profile sheet filled out and that dispatch agreement filled out, look for what they want, find them what they want, find them a load going out, find them a load coming back, ask them how many days off they want in between when they come back, and then find them another load, and then find them come back. That is 4 loads for the week that you've already got down. Bam, bam, one carrier. Then add to another carrier and do the same thing. That's 8 loads. Add to another carrier and do the same thing. That's 12 loads. Add to another. Look, that's how it works. Just repeat that process over and over again. Don't worry about lane rates. Don't worry about negotiating with brokers on lane rates. Don't worry about calling shippers. Forget calling shippers. I'm telling y'all right now. Forget calling shippers until you get yourself, I'm going to say this. When you get yourself 8 carriers signed up, then you can think about calling shippers. When you get yourself 8 carriers signed up, no, let me amend that. When you get yourself 8 carriers signed up and you are dispatching those 8 carriers on a regular basis, then you can worry about calling shippers. Until then, don't even think about calling shippers because you ain't ready to start calling shippers no way. You need to start making money before you start calling shippers. And you make money by calling the carriers, getting them signed to a dispatch agreement, filling out that profile, getting them to fill out that profile sheet. You dispatch them on a load going out and a load coming back, and you find them another load going out, a load coming back. You dispatch them. You got them running 3 to 4 loads per week. When you got yourself 8 of those, then you can start worrying about calling shippers. Because until then, you don't know what you're doing enough to be calling shippers anyway. Okay? And I promise you, if you start doing that, you get yourself 6 to 8 carriers, and you're doing that with, I guarantee you ain't going to even think about calling shippers because you spend too much time making money. Right, Charles?
That is true.
You're spending too much time making money. So don't get off into all that other stuff unless you are a broker. Now if you are a broker, that's the flip side of that. You need to be calling shippers. Only those of you who are brokers need to be calling shippers. But if you're a dispatcher, you ain't got no business calling no shipper right now. All right? Your concern is making money right now. Learn how to make this money. And you make that money by contacting them carriers, getting them signed up, learning that script, pitching that script to them, getting them signed up, getting them dispatched out on loads, and doing that every week. Just repeat, 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 repeat. And please, 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 develop good communication with your carriers. Okay? All right. I appreciate everybody. I really do. I really appreciate everybody. Hey, Mr. Bass, I see you in the house and they're talking to Charles and stuff. Kind of quiet today, but that's okay. You ain't got to talk to me. I'm good. But anyway, let me get out of here.
Hey, Kevin.
Hey.
Hey, everybody.
All right, great. All right. But I appreciate each and every last one of you all. I want y'all to have a great 4th of July weekend. Think about the stuff that we talked about. Go back and watch this video. I think we had a great session today, and I think we covered a lot of great stuff we needed to concentrate on. Look forward to having you all in our new load board. Once we get that up and going, we're going to try to bring that to you all within the next couple of weeks and everything. We're going to try to have your script and everything, or we're going to try to have your dispatch agreement for the auto hauls ready for you all this week. Have it out on the back office site before our next meeting on next Saturday. And hey, let's just get out there and follow the script, follow the system, work the system. The system will work for you. I appreciate y'all very, 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 very much. For those of you who are interested in joining our platform, the RBBS Logistics Learning Center Earn While You Learn consulting platform is just that. It is a consulting platform. Each and every last one of you all hires us to help you learn how to book freight from home. Our platform is a $299 one-time enrollment fee. After that, our students have zero, let me repeat, zero out-of-pocket expense for all the tools and resources that we supply them with. And we put them into a great network where they can help each other find loads and help each other be compensated. In order to enroll, you can give us a call at 866-973-6445, extension 2, or log on to the RBBSLLC.org. Again, that's the RBBSLLC.org. And you can get signed up there by clicking the Register Now button on that page, or you can go to any one of our videos on YouTube that's labeled Earn While You Learn Freight Broker Training. Click on the More Info on that video, and within that section, you'll see where it says to enroll. Click here. Thank you again. You all have a great day. Until next Saturday at 10:15 a.m., same bat channel, same bat time. I'm out.